And yo, what's going on? It's Mr. Young.
And it's foreign in the building, bro. How are you?
I'm doing all right. I hope you're doing well as well. And thanks for catching up with us. A very special episode. We're debuting on a Monday, and we have some special guests joining us on the show in just a little while.
Yeah, man. Of course, when you know that we start right on time or we start earlier, you know what that means.
It means that Tony Khan didn't interfere in our broadcast. Is that it? Is that what it means?
It means that Tony Khan paid us a sum of money to no. He can pay a lot of people, but he won't pay us apparently.
Bro, if he pays us, all of a sudden this will become a very pro AEW podcast. My allegiance can be bought. I'm just putting it out there. Corporate Young.
Typical Singaporean. Money while we talk.
Well, then again, no matter how much I try to spin, I don't know if I could even bring myself to talk about the current product, AEW product, in a positive light. But you know what? That's exactly what we're going to do in this episode. I don't want to be that guy, okay? I don't know. 2024, New Year's resolution. Let's try to see the bright side, the silver lining in every dark cloud. And man, we are going to head into this darkest of clouds in just a few seconds.
Yeah, man. You know what? I learned a lot from, other podcasts. There's been a bunch of recent podcasts that has been filled with, to me, positivity in the wrestling sphere. You got Maven's podcast, which I completely love. He's so insightful, talks about all the stuff that he went through during his time period. But he's so nice and genuine about it. Even when he's talking shit, or not really talking shit, when he's like revealing more of like the negative parts, doesn't come across as he's a bitter guy trying to shit on people. He's not Bret Hart, like.
Yeah. Bret Hart, this fella. I love it, man. He was the best there is, best there was, best there ever will be, right? He's one of those guys I feel like he never got his true flowers, and that's why he's bitter about it. Yes, we all respect him, we all love him for what he did, but he never reached the heights of like a Stone Cold or The Rock, right?
So, first question, topic right off the bat, right? I don't know whether you've been watching a bit of Who Killed WCW. Yeah, it's been a bit of my guilty pleasure because I saw this meme. Somebody said like, this entire series is like a bunch of 50 and 60-year-olds blaming each other for something that happened 20 years ago. And then then another meme was like, everyone else, this is your fault. The one who's really at fault, then the face is Eric Bischoff and Vince Russo. I don't know.
And then Bret Hart, this is all your fault. You're all idiots.
Bret Hart, I hate Goldberg. So like, what's your thoughts on this? Like, because I know Goldberg went on Busted Open Radio and like tried to say like, hey, I know what I did was fucked up. I apologize a million of times. I wish Bret Hart would let it go and grow up. What do you feel about that? Do you feel, in your opinion, Bret Hart is justified to feel the way he does and to shit on him, like he got carte blanche to like shit on him for the rest of his life for what happened, or he needs to grow up?
You see, it's a very hard thing to say because obviously, like, it didn't happen to us. We didn't get kicked in the head and get concussed and then lose our entire career because of that one guy. So, like, I'm trying to think, can I truly be the bigger guy? And I would honestly say no. I think I would hold a grudge forever if this guy cost me my entire career. This is not like Shawn Michaels, they screwed him, but he still found a job somewhere else, right? So the business deal went sour. No, dude literally kicked him in the head. Yeah. And cost him his entire career. Yeah. Millions.
And apparently there was a point in their lives where actually both want to reconcile, they can forgive each other. But I think in the recent years, Bret Hart got really bitter because there you have this one-time Goldberg making millions of dollars in Saudi for all these one-off matches. And he was like, I left, because of whatever happened, I miss out on all these opportunities after the fact, I could be making millions of dollars. I could have been in what Goldberg's spot is, and I'm not because of what happened. So that's why I think he was mad about it, upset about it.
Okay, you know what doesn't help, I feel?
Yeah.
The wrestling media. I feel like when you do shows like this, when you get interviewed about topics like this, honestly, sometimes you've already put it past you, but then the topic keeps coming up and the memories come back and you start psychoing yourself. Oh, actually, this guy, F him lah. Actually, you already like, okay lah, forgive him. But because people keep bringing him up, keep replaying the scenario in his head, I feel like, think about something that has happened to you, for example, in your own real life, right? And you've completely forgotten about it, you've let it go, you put it past you. But then if people ask you, you start remembering it and you feel bitter about it again, right? I feel like a lot of it has to do with the fact that he feels bitter because he's on a show. And it probably behooves him to say something a little bit more controversial. And that's the thing about these reality shows. We all know, okay, as someone who's watched Kardashians, who watched the Total Divas show,
Divas,
right?
yeah, I know you're a
I'm
fan.
sure there's a producer in his ear going, hey, actually, if you like really sell it, and they're all wrestlers, they're all showmen, they're all carnies at heart.
They're in the work, you know what I mean?
Yeah. So I wouldn't be surprised if a bit of him is like, okay, sure, I'll go with it, and then push that narrative of how he's so bitter. When maybe if you just talk to him normally one-on-one, he's like, I don't care really. Like, you know what I mean? It's all a show. And let's not forget, I think this is the most like, what the hell are you doing there? The Rock getting interviewed in his show because it's his company.
Yeah. To me, everyone is like, The Rock need to always select himself who is fun and stuff. But honestly, I don't blame him because honestly, people won't care about this unless they know like, hey shit, The Rock is producing this. Okay, I might check it out. Like,
that's a good point.
Nothing against him lending his star power. And some people might have justified saying that, oh, he's on the other side, he's an outsider looking in, maybe he can see from the enemy's perspective.
Yeah.
But let's be honest, The Rock just want to put his face there.
No, because it's his production company that's doing this, right? $7 Productions. And you're right, because this story has been told like a million times. There have been Vice documentaries, YouTube documentaries, WWE has their own documentary, right?
Yeah.
So I guess in a way, you lend the rock star power to this project just to get it, going.
To me, right, like I think the guy who has the most career growth, glow up or trajectory, in his career, I'm beginning to really warm up to Eric Bischoff.
Yeah, I knew it. I knew you would say it.
Yes.
Because if you think about it, right? Yeah, Vince Russo in the wrestling world, he's pretty much a black mark, a stain, right? Like nobody's gonna ever hire him for wrestling ever again. Whereas you can see Eric Bischoff, like he's learned from his mistakes. He's been very open. If you listen to his 83 Weeks podcast or you watch him on YouTube, he does live streams as well. Like he's very, like you can see like he's matured with age,
Yeah. And there's also just a tinge of that, a bit of that salesman slime ball that you can, that roguish charm of his that you can appreciate. Yeah,
it's still there.
Bro, it's crazy. I just checked his age, right? Bro is almost 70, bro.
Wow, are you serious?
Yeah, he's 68, 69. And I'm looking at him like, bro, he looks good though. He looks good. Like,
oh my God.
Yeah, he stopped aging probably somewhere around 2005 general manager mode. And then, like his face still the same. So, and I attribute it to what or not? Like, I think him being in that environment in WCW where like, there was a lot of chaos. He got to he was literally middle management, right? He got to answer to all these corporates and executives on top, and he got to deal with wrestlers below and still be doing creative stuff. So, honestly, I saw from his point of view, like his position, like, he was in a fucked up situation, bro.
Yeah. So imagine someone like him who's really quite a smooth talker, a great on-screen character, right? Plus, he has all this pressures up and down. And Tony Khan is like trying to do that and more.
Yeah.
Is it any wonder why TK is sort of falling apart at the seams?
Yeah, and why I don't understand is like, a lot of AEW fans or like even TK, apparently assumes that, Eric Bischoff hates the company or like doesn't want to see the company succeed. I remember very clearly Eric Bischoff has appeared in AEW a couple of times.
Yes.
And I've remembered that he has given very constructive criticism about AEW, but always in his show, Conrad Thompson always like justifies or defends what AEW does to Eric. But Eric actually sees it, and people say like, oh, who is Eric to say? He also did all these things back in the day. But my thinking is like, yes, he has done it. He has seen the road that it will lead to.
Yep.
He's just trying to, warn, Tony Khan or like AEW, like to learn from his mistakes.
But let's not forget, Tony Khan versus Eric Bischoff. Yes, the comparison is there, right? But Tony Khan went to the end, the quote-unquote, the failure part of Eric Bischoff's wrestling WCW career much quicker. We forget that Bischoff had this huge mega success first.
Yes, correct.
Yeah, say what you want, right? He took WCW, which was sort of this floundering product, and then made it mainstream with NWO, Hollywood Hulk Hogan, blah, blah, blah. What happened after? Yeah, lots of mismanagement. We'll, see more, I guess, in the documentary. But Tony Khan is a completely different story. He, sure, you want to argue that the first 2 years of AEW has been great television. Yeah, sure, why not? It was great look, it was great in a time when WWE was run by this egomaniacal, like literally his real life character to come to life, right? The worst of Vince McMahon. The worst
the bar
Vince,
was low, man.
yeah, the bar was ultra low, so it wasn't that hard, but that's fine. Were they able to maintain this success? We've seen time after time. No. And he's making all the same mistakes Eric Bischoff made when Eric Bischoff, basically was involved in the death of WCW.
Yeah, and I would like to argue this whole philosophy and approach that Tony Khan does. He said he's very big on the talent agency or free talent agency market. He always on the lookout for new talents. But I'm telling you right now, like that should be the least of his concerns.
Yeah.
He doesn't need to add to his roster.
Yeah, no, he does not.
He needs to utilize his roster. And when I say utilize, it's not like, put them in dream matches or put them in like matchups, but like give each one of them a trajectory,
Yeah.
Yeah.
Tony Khan, this is my favorite phrase I heard from the internet. Tony Khan is killing AEW with his Meltzerian booking. Nobody...
What's Meltzerian?
Sorry. Dave Meltzer, Meltzerian booking.
Oh my god, they made it into a philosophy.
Isn't it? But it perfectly encapsulates what AEW and what Tony Khan's booking is. Every match is a 5-star, 6-star, 7-star in a Tokyo Dome match. But they have no storyline whatsoever. You are just trying to impress one guy on the internet that he used to write for. He was a junior correspondent, don't forget, for the Wrestling
really?
Observer. Yes.
Okay,
So that's why he has such loyalty, That's a great thing to have loyalty to people, but maybe he's loyal to the wrong person, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
But like, people always say when they are, the AEW fans, when they try to quote unquote justify what they're doing, is that, but they put on such great PLEs, pay-per-views, excuse me. They put on great matches. Yeah, but great matches don't sell tickets to the next show. If your television product is not enticing, that is why you have half-empty, three-quarter empty arenas right now, and that's a problem. That's a problem for when rights renewal are coming. And we've talked this to death already, but it's today's word of the day: Meltzerian booking. Don't do it.
Amazing. And on our last week's podcast, we have Gaddafi on the show. He was talking about Clash at the Castle, but we know him, in our community at least, as he's a huge AEW fan, and he talked about his AEW fandom. Let's revisit some of the things that he talked about like what's working for AEW, or why he understands the challenge that AEW has, because they're trying to create like an engaging live show experience or for the audience, so they have all these matches, but also they're trying to book television at the same time, and it's very hard to reconcile with both, right?
Yeah,
but
it's a chicken or the egg situation. If you don't have good TV, you're not going to have good live show attendance. So I don't care how good your product is, if you don't know how to market the product, if nobody knows about the product or cares about the product, then it doesn't matter. If all your matches are 6-star matches, nobody's there to see it.
Yeah. Okay, I'm gonna give a very interesting comparison. Like, my opinion is like, an action movie, like there's an action movie where there's completely no semblance of a plot, no semblance of a character. It's just one choreographed fight scene after the other.
Yeah.
And some people do enjoy that. Like, I just want to see a bunch of people fight and blow shit up, right?
Yeah.
But I would argue, like, to me, the best action movies have like the best character motivations, have the best backstory to the character, and by the time they throw it down, I'm like, oh shit, I'm invested in this character,
Bro, okay, let me give you a very specific example, because I'm a massive fan of Transformers. I grew up on Transformers.
Oh, okay.
The first time we saw Optimus Prime Bumblebee in live action blew my mind. This, I would maybe compare to the early days of AEW, when their athletes were doing crazy shit, jumping up, like doing crazy flippity shit. We had, the mainstream audience had never seen before. Wow, right?
Yeah.
And then remember Transformers 2? Okay, we got kind of more of the same thing, but the plot was still rubbish, but we still got our great action and robots, right?
Yeah.
3, 4, 5, like the last few, the last one, they kind of are redeeming themselves. I feel like they're trying to reboot the whole thing.
Yeah.
But if you remember Transformers 3, 4, and 5, they were just god-awful. I call them robot violence orgy. It's just
Oh my god.
robots exploding and fighting for the sake of it. And the plot, nobody gives a I can't even begin to tell you what the plot was, right? That is what AEW is right now.
Let's bring all this back into focus. So I think the point we're trying to get to is, should AEW just do a reboot? Should they just retcon? Should they do Earth
Retcon.
66 and just like fucking restart the button? You know how all these comic book or storylines
Yeah,
are there,
yeah.
like everything just die out, just restart the button. You think they should do that?
I don't think
Or can they come back from where they are currently right now?
they can, as long as somebody at the top, Tony Khan, makes that decision. They don't have to do a visual hard boot. You know what I mean?
The hard reboot, yeah.
Didn't they try to do that in WCW with the young blood? Or was it TNA? I forget already.
No, they did it in WCW when, like, I think Eric Bischoff returned and he and Vince Russo say, hey, you know, now all the belts are vacated, we're going to start again.
Yeah, like a young blood takes over sort of thing. But that still flopped ultimately, right?
Yeah.
So that's exactly what it is. It doesn't matter how they do it. It matters if they are willing or if the person on top is willing to do it. That's all it is. That's the bottom line. That really is the bottom line. You can, on the external front-facing, pretend to reboot, but it's not going to matter. Once we see the booking is still shit, the right people are not being pushed, or pushes are like super stop-start, then we'll be like, oh, okay, it's the same old bullshit. And they've trained audiences to not care about watching the weekly show.
Yeah, unfortunately.
It is such a crazy stark contrast to the WWE product right now. I was just talking about it last night on my stream, right? When I was gaming. And people are, funnily enough, you know what was the first thing every wrestling fan who dropped by my stream said?
Say his name and
he appears. I'm like, oh my god, dude. Okay, so like it's kudos to Shawn Mike. I don't know whose idea it was, but it's get him in while he's hot. Get him to do a little short stint. It makes NXT television interesting, right?
Yes.
And hopefully with some of the pull, this TNA, this guy on TNA, maybe TNA gets a little bit of a rub as well. It's a great promo. It's a billion times better than what we're supposed to talk about today, Forbidden Door.
Yeah, and like this whole Joe Hendry phenomena, and I know you talk about like, the appeal of a super meme.
Yeah.
Right? To me, memes work in wrestling. And I would argue, like, wrestling memes are now more memorable than wrestling matches.
Yes.
Like if like for example, right, and again talking about like nice podcasters, I love Chris Van Vliet. Chris Van Vliet was on our show before, and now, bro, he's like the biggest deal ever. Second podcast in the whole world, next to the Undertaker's podcast.
Yeah, for wrestling podcast. That's mad. That's mad.
It's mad that we got him on the show like on our second season when like I think he was still haven't done any of these things, right? But one thing he said, the point I think he was trying to make, now my brain just went blank because I was praising Chris Van Vliet so much. Okay, sorry, we were talking about Joe Hendry, right? Like the whole art of the super meme, and he brought it. Okay, so he was talking to Undertaker, and then he said like, hey, I don't remember the finish or the whole match that you had with Brock Lesnar from 2015, but everyone will remember you laughing back at the most iconic shit, right, to Brock Lesnar. And then he was telling the story of why he did that, because apparently before the match they were supposed to walk through the match. Brock Lesnar was saying like, hey, during the sit up spot, I'm gonna like laugh at you to show like I'm not afraid of you, and then you're gonna attack me or something like that. But apparently Undertaker wasn't paying attention. He was like yeah. So the Undertaker, when the match was actually happening and he set up, and then Brock Lesnar laughed in his face, he was like, what the fuck, sir, this guy? Are you trying to like, destroy my aura or something or shit on me? That's why he's like sarcastic laughter back, like, you want to laugh, I'm gonna beat your ass. So like somehow it turned out amazing, right? But Chris Van Vliet's point was that it was the moments that he created that made it memorable through the years.
Yeah.
And I know we used to have this argument, like, when we talk about Young Bucks and all that, they only care about the highlight reel moment and, that crazy move that, that people are going to share on social media. But I would argue that while that is memorable, the moments in the match, like things that you can meme about or you can recreate, those are things that will be more important right now than the whole match.
I'll tell you the one word that WWE does a billion times better than AEW right now, both in portraying in the storyline and in the wrestlers' facials: emotion. It's what is a meme but an expression and emotion. It's funny. It makes you cry. Like, Roman Reigns memes were all over the place. Randy Orton memes. It's an emotion, right? Undertaker's face makes you laugh. Ha ha ha, right? When he responds in that way. Or I'm sorry, I love you. That one has been memed, like as a meme has been perpetuated for such a long time. Talking about Ric Flair and Shawn Michaels, right? The Hogan and Rock look left, look right. It's an emotion, is a moment. Whereas over on the other side, you have thumbtacks on the shoe, exploding shoe, those are like what the in the moment. After that, you forget about it already, what? Because there was no emotion. There is no rhyme or reason to the violence. It's like robot violence orgy.
Yes. Okay.
After a while, you're like, I don't care anymore. I've been desensitized to this crap.
Emotion and storytelling, I think, are the thing that makes wrestling great. Like,
Yeah.
If you really want to see a great performance or a match, I feel there are certain companies that can do that. But I tell you, those will cater to, like, again, a small
Niche
audience. It will not be something for the mainstream. Like, that's why, to me, UFC's hottest period was when Conor McGregor was on top. And I tell you, it wasn't because of the 10-second fights or knockouts. Those were fun things.
Yeah.
But it was his cult of personality, him,
Yeah.
that drew people in to UFC.
Bro, that is exactly it. And we're not absolutely not saying AEW doesn't have that. They have the talents. It's just that it's very obvious that who they want to push, they have a bit of the power, the say, and they are being pushed, and it is just no.
Yeah. One of the rumors that have come out recently, and I was thinking to myself, I had a hard thought about it. Like, if this were to happen, would it make AEW better?
Okay.
Do you hear about this recent rumor about AEW?
No, what is it?
There's thoughts that a certain Shane McMahon has reached out about the possibility of being part of AEW. What do you think about that? Is this time to bring a McMahon back into pro wrestling, bro?
It would have to be in what, like, the question is, what position would he hold? Would he have... Then again, has he ever sort of been known as a booker, or is he going to be just an on-screen character, on-screen authority figure?
So remember that time he did try to be a booker in the Royal Rumble, and it was the worst Royal Rumble in the recent history.
Yeah. So
I don't know. I do not know.
I don't think. First of all, I don't think it will happen because he's a McMahon lah. Come on, like, at the end of the day, it's just
name
rumors.
is WWE.
Yeah. No. First of all, I don't think it will happen, and secondly, honestly, I think if Tony Khan is still the one controlling the purse strings and calling all the shots, nothing will change.
Yeah.
He's a mark to the end.
The thing is, right, how do you have a mark guy, but also be able to, like, kind of convince him to let somebody hold the creative book?
When WD doesn't, I'm sorry, people like this need to be taught harsh lessons.
Oh dear.
No, I mean, at the end of the day, that's the real truth of the world, right? If somebody is always their whole life told yes because of privilege, because of money, right? Then they'll never learn that life, in real life, business deals are tough. And if you don't produce results, TV ratings are down, you cannot expect a great deal, the same sweetheart deal you got previously. You know what I mean? So he's either going to get a really bad deal, or WD is like, actually, we don't need to show wrestling. I do believe WD lost the rights to NBA, so they might still be like, okay, shit, we need some sort of a live sports thing. So they might still go for AEW. But it will not be the same deal as before. If it is, then I question the politics behind it.
There were rumors that they had a deal on the table which Tony Khan is completely not happy with, but I felt that is actually closer to the reality of the situation lah. Like they can't get a bigger deal because first of all they are not as hot as 5 years ago. Second of all, those stars that kind of got them those deals, people like John Moxley, completely cold right now. Chris Jericho, completely cold.
Cody Rhodes gone.
Long gone.
CM Punk.
So
one of the big names.
Yeah, so I feel like they don't deserve a big deal, at their current level. Another thing also, I feel like with Shane McMahon potentially coming about, inquiring, right? Again, is this gonna change storylines, what you see on screen? Because I liken it to a football club, right? I have a billionaire owner. I buy the team. I love the team, right? Huge football fan. There's no way in hell a billionaire owner is gonna be involved on the
No.
day-to-day
No.
at the dugout, at the training, training field. They can be involved in transfers, fine. Free agency, sign here, sign there. Even a certain Tony Khan is doing that right now with Fulham. But why he got the wherewithal to hire a head coach to manage Fulham FC and he needs to manage AEW? Is it because he's just too much of a wrestling fan? I want to be the one that does this.
Yes, no, that's exactly it, because he is a wrestling mark. And for whatever reason, he thinks that's okay with wrestling, but he knows it's not okay with football or American football. So it's that disconnect in reality. And like I said, the only way for him to understand this is for them to just get no deal. And then now they're in panic mode. And then he realizes, okay, maybe I have to let the professionals book this while I just fund it, maybe have some input. No input is best, but some input.
AEW, I think, is best. Again, we have all agreed watching their pay-per-views is a more, to me, a more worthwhile or more value for money experience than watching their TV shows.
Yeah.
But I would say Tony Khan at this point in time, he is a matchmaker. He's not a booker.
Bro, anybody can be a matchmaker. That's the thing. Correct. And any one of us could be a matchmaker. It's not hard to put CM Punk versus Roman Reigns. Oh, dream match. Wow. Good job, Mr. Young. What the you know what I mean? It's not hard to do that. Exactly. Why are they fighting? CM Punk versus Drew McIntyre. I would never have dreamt that up, but they told a story that now makes me salivate at the thought of that match happening. That's the art of pro wrestling. Not, let's put Jon Moxley versus Seth Rollins for no reason.
Exactly. And then, Moxley versus Rollins, and then expect, everyone will know their history. I remember the Shield, what I mean?
Tell the story for new viewers. That's why their viewership is just stuck. It's just stuck at that 600, 700,000 because that's their core diehards who will follow it no matter what. They are never going to get new audiences. Meanwhile, WWE selling out stadiums all around the world.
Yeah. The end of the day, to me, right, if Tony Khan were to still win the Booker of the Year, I do not know what to say. I think that one is really completely skewed already,
Nah, that one cannot. Anyway, nobody believes or trusts in that Meltzerian lifestyle anymore. I think it's been exposed.
Yeah.
Except for the diehards. But okay, that being said, we're gonna jump right into Forbidden Door. You're gonna have to help me on this because I have not paid any attention to the AEW product. Quick mention too, in just a bit, we are going to chat with Ships Ahoy because Dual Destinies, GrappleMAX's show, it's a 2-night show, by the way, Saturday and Sunday, happening this weekend. I don't know if there's still tickets, but go check it out. Okay, check out their social media for ticketing information. We're going to chat with Christian and Sarah and find out about their motivations and who they're up against, who they think. They basically cleared the air about some things as well. Remember the beef we have?
Yes. It was very nice to revisit, and talk to Sarah finally, and clear the air, like you say. So stay tuned for that, guys. I know you guys are all salivating at the thought of us.
In the meantime, though, okay, hang on. I know it's been a week, right? But I'm still because I see it on social media all over, and I don't watch the AEW product, but I still follow their social media.
Yep.
And I will say every time I see an AEW clip, it's just whatever. Meanwhile, anything WWE right now is just hot. Yeah. Wyatt 6.
Yeah.
You got
to understand.
Joe Hendry. Okay, sorry, go.
Yeah, it's not the fact that the clips are boring. But you can tell there's not much love or effort put into those clips. They're literally just clipping stuff and just putting it there. Yeah. You can literally see that they never adapt it for social media.
No, but it's fine. It's fine if the moment is great. The moment is not great. For example, let's jump into the card then, shall we?
Yeah, sure.
Oh, before we do, one more WWE thing. I'm so sorry. But I don't know if you saw this interview with Bubba Ray. And I agree 100%. And we kind of talked about it when Ricochet was dismantled and basically written off television, right? Bro, this is the moment that Ricochet could be... this is the most I will care about Ricochet if they do this. This is what Bubba Ray suggested. Every week, when Braun Breaker comes, I have him come out, do his matches. But just at the end of the match, when he dismantles his opponent, go up to Samantha Irvin. Just first few weeks, just like give her a look. Then as we progress, be like, how's your boyfriend? How's your fiance? And then it escalates. It escalates to a point where he even gets physical with Samantha Irving, right? And the pop that Ricochet will get when he comes back, he will be the most relevant he will ever be. I pray that this is in fact what they are building towards. I have faith in Papa H. If we see the graphic, Ricochet, he does own the name Ricochet, I believe. If we ever see Ricochet is all elite, I will cry because we know the trajectory. He will go to AEW. He will be hot for 1 week. He will have great, quote unquote, great flippy matches, especially with Ospreay, his best friend, and then he'll just fade away into the mid card forever, bro. If ever was a time with the right person that we could care and give a shit about Ricochet, it's this angle with Samantha Irvin there with like, and it's crazy, right? Like Samantha Irvin kind of is more over than Ricochet in a way.
But even if Ricochet were to return that crazy pop, and defend her honor and have that match with Braun Breaker, even if Braun Breaker still destroys him during that match, right? I still think it's a win for Ricochet. You know
it's
what I
fine.
mean?
No, it can be a lead up for like somebody else to help Ricochet, to have his back. Because it could be like a Braun Strowman, for example. They have history, right? Then you have Braun Strowman versus Braun Breaker. So, and then if
Braun.
if Braun beats Braun, like the big Strowman beats Breaker, like it's not that shocking a thing. Or if Ricochet somehow pulls out a fluke win, but it's something that we will care about. It's emotion.
Breaker versus Strowman is like probably the modern Goldberg versus Big Show. Remember when Goldberg managed to first time do jackhammer, everyone was like, holy shit.
So there are so many awesome storylines. I truly believe this is what they've done. They've worked the internet and I love it. I hope they have. Anyway, everything that WWE is doing is just more interesting than what this. Okay, let's get into it.
But again, they only so-called, I don't know whether it's a leaked, but they did just say that Ricochet is not going to renew with WWE. That's why they said, but like to me, right, that doesn't mean he's gonna go to AEW. Maybe he's just gonna, let it expire. Like right now, Becky Lynch is a free agent, right?
Correct.
But eventually, like when the time is right, he will come back. So like, I think it's really feasible. It's really possible.
Yeah, I legit hope that is the case so that they can do that. Anyway, talking about signings, let's very quickly mention the fact that poor Chad Gable re-signed with WWE, immediately gets murdered on TV.
No, I like it though, bro. I really like it because I think we were talking about, Wyatt 6 is still on everyone's minds. Some people have done a bit of a deep dive and look at the footage and see whether there's any other wrestler. I couldn't find Gunther, even though you mentioned that there might be Gunther, but I didn't see him. But a lot of people were saying like the reason these people were attacked was because they specifically say like, people who tear their families apart are the ones that's being targeted. If Chad Gable were to die, as it was alluded to on Raw, and he somehow kena respawn as this psycho Perk Gable character with the Creed brothers by his side now.
Why not? Even better, right?
I think that would be crazy. But everything about the fallout around the whole Wyatt 6 has been hilarious and like super fun. Like you saw Jey Uso's like interview on the Raw exclusive. He was like,
he brought back the Fireflies. They told him like, what do you feel about you bringing back the Fireflies?
And
he's like, y'all can have them.
I don't want no smoke, man. And then he looked at Katy Kelly. Katy Kelly said, "You can go now." And I said, "You should go too. Have you seen the girl? Have you seen that girl?" So, like the reactions, various reactions from the other wrestlers, I think, really have helped to sell it. So I am very, very confident that Wyatt 6. There is some. I have a good feeling about it because the thing is, we are cautious because whatever Bray Wyatt did in the past always seems to kena cut out from underneath him. Before he can, really reach the potential. So,
but now we are in the right era for it. I think as long as they don't book them like Retribution lah. Can really. You know what we're talking about. Okay, come. Let's jump into. Oh, by the way, if Malachi Black ever comes back, he like damn lame. He's gonna be super lame compared to this Wyatt Six. Yeah, they got like freaking massacre in the locker room, and then what is the House of Black doing? Switching off lights. Like,
Black,
I mean,
black
goo, right? Okay, yeah, sure. Let's jump into this Forbidden Door then.
Oh my god, can see the reluctance in your voice.
Bryan Danielson versus Shingo Takagi Ramen, men's Owen Hart Cup tournament first round match. Why should I care about this?
Wait, just to be clear, this match is in the first round still. It's not like a quarter final or whatever it is, right?
No. What I have in front of me says first round match.
Okay. So one of the good things I like about AEW is like this Owen Hart Cup. Like to me, the last 2 times that they've done it, I think they've highlighted the right people. I think the first time it was Adam Cole. Last year was Ricky Starks. Poor Ricky Starks.
Wait, hang on. And I love how you said it highlights the right people, but where's the follow-up?
Exactly. That was my next point I was about to say. Like
okay.
The best thing about AEW is they build up the people that you want to see, but the worst thing about AEW is immediately they don't follow up.
Nope, they just pull the rug.
Yeah, but that being said, right, I know Shingo Takagi as more of like a career lifer or like a mid-carder in New Japan.
Yeah.
I have not followed New Japan enough to know whether he has been given a renewed push or is like being a big deal right now. Bryan Danielson, at this point in his career, there is some motivation in his life in terms of like, I want to finish off this last year in pro wrestling strong. I want to go. So he has established himself as, I need to win the Owen Hart Cup because I need to challenge for the title at least one more time. So that's his entire motivation. So just by that alone, because he has a semblance of a storyline, he's actually one of the favorites to win the Owen Hart Cup tournament. So this is like a clear result lah, in my opinion.
Right.
Yeah.
Okay. This is another problem that AEW has, right? The I want to prove it to myself, or the I'm a better wrestler than you storyline needs to just stop. It is not one of emotion, not one that will sell tickets. Once in a while it works, but it's like, you know what I mean? It's like, it's basically all their storylines.
Yeah.
If you look back, there's, okay, anyway.
I'm better than you, you're better than me. I want to prove myself.
This performance art, like, okay, yeah, sure, whatever. I have more 6-star matches. Yeah, shut up. When I saw this announced on social media, I was like, part of me was like, who? But more overwhelmingly was like, of course. Because it's like, I've come to expect this already. You know? MJF versus, I don't even know how to say his name. Hechicero? Hachiro? Who the hell is this guy?
No, exactly. So the first time when I saw it on social media, I immediately put it on our Instagram story. Who? You know the Guardians of the Galaxy? I'm Star-Lord.
Who? Yeah.
Yeah, exactly. I watched. Okay, so here's the thing that annoyed the shit out of me, right? If nothing else, I thought MJF was gonna have a match with Rush at Forbidden Door.
Yes.
Not only did they not have a match, they blew through the entire feud like literally this past Dynamite. They had a match at Dynamite and that's it. It just ended. Why?
And, excuse me. It's not like I'm singing the praises of Rouge, right? But at least Rouge is somebody we've seen on AEW TV before. Yep. We can buy, okay, fine, MJF versus Rouge. It'll be a fun side quest for MJF. But no, like you said, blew right past Rouge, and it's some... what, bro? Like...
Okay, so he was introduced on Dynamite by Brian Cage, you know, like his agony, whatever it is. Brian Cage was like, you might have beaten Rouge and all that, but you haven't met this guy. And then he just appeared out of suddenly they started talking in Spanish, like I don't give a fuck like that.
Please tell me MJF at least swung him. At least like made jokes and like tore him down or something.
No, bro, because after he cut that promo, that they just transitioned to the next segment, really, bro. He just finished the match. He just listened to whatever that happened in the ring, and that's it.
Okay.
And I don't want to say it because I still have hope, but bro, MJF return has been botched, bro.
Well,
it's been botched. It's the same AEW problem we said about all the big stars. first night back or first night they debut, big deal. Wow, so much fanfare, right?
Yeah.
Second, third week, they are as cold as fuck.
Wow.
And I thought MJF can go rise above that. I thought he can have his promos, he can do all this stuff. But literally since he returned, 1 week he never turned up. Second week he turned up, suddenly faced with Rouge. The week after that he never turned up again. And then this week he turned up, he beat Rouge already. And then now he moved on to this Hichet, whatever role.
Hachiko. This is literally the problem with AEW. They just literally have no idea how to sustain somebody's momentum, drag it out, milk it. They just okay, whatever lah. And okay, anyway.
Yep.
I don't know what else to say about this because I don't care about this match.
No, again, you are putting MJF in this spot. This probably will be like the second or third match on the card. It will be a nothing match, right?
Yeah.
It's equivalent to, bro, I tell you this, it's equivalent to you bring back Roman Reigns. You know? Roman Reigns, never seen on TV for half a year.
Yeah.
He come back. Bro, first match back he have with who or not? Dragon Lee. Second on the card on SmackDown. This is exactly, and it's not just Dragon Lee, bro. His first feud is freaking, I don't know, like Carlito or something. But then he beat Carlito within 2 weeks, and then now he's fighting Dragon Lee. This is literally the same situation.
Bro, at least Dragon Lee has been on WWE TV. Okay, no, it would be like, it would be some random mass luchador nobody knows.
Yeah.
This is embarrassing. Like, I don't even know what to say. Like, at least,
it's a misfire. It's a misfire of booking, man.
The last few PVs, pay-per-views, I actually bought and paid for, right?
Yeah.
Like, looking at this card, I have absolutely no interest in buying this pay-per-view.
Yeah.
I do not even want to watch it. See, here's the thing. It's not even a money thing. I don't want to waste my time watching what could be 6-star matches, but ultimately is not going to mean anything in the future.
Another issue with Forbidden Door right now, right, is they are relying on New Japan talent, correct?
Yep.
But New Japan is not hot right now.
Yeah, they are not over.
They lost a lot of their stars, and a lot of their stars are in AEW. They don't really need a Forbidden Door, in my opinion. And secondly, New Japan was at its hottest in 2017, 6 years ago. If that roster of New Japan was having AEW like cross collaboration, that's fine. Yeah. It's like right now you're telling me I'm gonna have an AEW Ring of Honor Forbidden Door event. Like, who is in Ring of Honor right now that's worthy?
No, and to, what we were talking about earlier, right? NXT and TNA doing a crossover is actually hotter than whatever this is. Just by having one Joe Hendry and Frankie Kazarian, let's not forget, he was in that Royal Rumble or that NXT Rumble as well. And like, that has gotten more buzz than this Forbidden Door. It's crazy. It's crazy. It's about picking who you think is hot right now. And for whatever reason, he's just booking for his dirt sheet friends and fans.
Yeah, but my only thought is like, if you say you have a MJF, a literal star, like literally one of your only big stars, in this position, I think give it a few more weeks, he's gonna be like Sasha Banks, Mercedes Moné. Like, he's gonna appear on TV. People are like, oh, okay, it's MJF, yay. But whatever,
Yep.
And then after that, I think there's no way back, because who else is gonna be treated like a star there?
Honestly, who does he even have as a heel? So, okay, even though he's heelish, but he's technically a face, right? Is someone people cheer. Who can even match up to him at this point?
Well, definitely not Jungle Boy.
Christian Cage, maybe?
Christian Cage, I think, still has that level of
heel, right?
Quality. Yeah. But even then, also, I think his Father's Day shtick and all that, it will run dry eventually.
Yeah.
Bro, damn funny, bro.
Let's move on. Jeff Cobb versus TBA. I don't even know who is going to show up. It's probably going to be like an indie guy that everyone's going to be like, oh my god. Open challenge for the New Japan NJPW World Television Championship.
Yep. Another problem with AEW, right? We see wrestlers, we like them, they appear for 2-3 weeks, and then they disappear forever.
Correct.
Like Jeff Cobb, when he first appeared in AEW, I was literally interested. I think don't you remember very vaguely, he was like a bounty hunter for Chris Jericho or something?
He was.
Yeah, that was in 2020, bro. 4 years ago, bro.
Yeah,
4 years
yeah.
ago.
No, he's like
yeah.
the Lance Archer lah. He's one of those journeymen that show up once in a while. People are expected to know him. We don't care.
Yeah. So
So,
Jeff Cobb right now is a champion in New Japan as what? Like what's his championship?
world television champion.
Okay, their TV title is fine because previously Zack Sabre Jr. held it. It's a good working man's title. But again, Jeff Cobb, even when he was hot, right? It was not during this period. He was hot like in 2019,
Yep.
2018.
Yep.
People saw like he got a lot of potential because a big size guy, he can move well. Like
Yep.
Bronson Reed lah.
Yeah.
But then again, we haven't seen enough of him. He's like the puck problem, right?
Yeah.
We
Same.
like him,
Yeah.
enjoy him, he looks good, but then we never seen him for 1 year. Then
Correct.
how are we gonna invest in him?
There's no emotion. Once again, there's no emotional investment. It's just a bunch of matches. It might be a great match, but yeah.
Okay, but putting that aside, if you could be the booker at this point in time, and you want to book an AEW talent to go against Jeff Cobb purely just for like a match chemistry or match visual perspective, who would you choose?
Samoa Joe.
Ooh.
A meat slap fest.
Bro, I won't hate that, bro. Samoa Joe and Jeff Cobb. Let's go.
How about, or maybe Hook, since Samoa Joe is like Hook's mentor, and then Hook is like doing the whole wrestling.
Oh yeah. Okay.
Together with Shibata thing.
I did see something on Collision that I thought was really funny, and I gotta give props to them. I think they did like a homage to Pulp Fiction, where Samoa Joe and like Hook was like walking in the corridor, and they were like having a random conversation with each other, like, oh, why you like chewing gum? Or, I don't know, I can't remember what was the conversation, but it's like a very menial, like everyday conversation. And then they end up at the locker room, and they was like, okay lah, we talk about it later lah. Okay, you wanna go in first? Okay, we'll go in first. Okay, I'll go in first. Then they go in and start beating up people inside the locker room.
Right.
Like, that Pulp Fiction where like they're just having a random conversation before they kill someone.
Yeah.
So that was funny. And a lot of people have been putting comparisons of Samoa Joe and Hook as Batman and Robin. the bold and the brave Batman, you know?
Yeah.
So
okay.
I like that vibe. And honestly, either Samoa Joe or Hook being in this position will be really, really cool. So I like. So again, there are things that we like about AEW. People that we do like about AEW. They just need better booking.
Yep. John Moxley versus Tetsuya Naito for the IWGP World Heavyweight Championship. So
right off the bat,
haven't they fought before? I feel like they have.
They have fought over the IC title
in New Japan.
And I feel that they have fought at Wrestle Kingdom. People on the chat, if you know, okay, need to correct me, let me know. But again, this would have been a banger, highly contested, lots of drama, and there will be a lot of fan interest if this was in 2019.
Yep.
John Moxley, fresh off leaving WWE, turns up in New Japan, wins their world title, and then fights Naito that is beloved.
Yeah.
5 years ago, this would be.
How is Naito now? Is he over now, or is it just like the entire New Japan product kind of like meh?
Bro, remember last year we were talking about how bad Tanahashi looked with the buckle knees, remember?
Oh shit, is it the same?
No, okay. Thankfully Naito is not that bad. But there is an air that Naito is past his prime already at this point in time. He's like imagine John Cena still wrestling in 2017, 2018. You're like, yeah, you love him, you respect what he's done, but like I don't want to see him in the world title picture anymore, you know?
Right. You can tell that he's slowing down and it's not really his peak anymore.
It's very clear. But the problem is, I still want him to win the title away from John Moxley.
Yeah, take the title away so we don't need to see it. We don't need another title in AEW. Yes, I agree with that.
Yeah, they need, I don't know, they're doing some renewal or what, bringing up. Then they're bringing in new talent in New Japan. We understand. So it's going to be a year where they're going to take 2 steps back to take 2 steps forward. That's what I'm trying to say.
Yeah.
Put the title on a young guy, build them up. Because remember when Okada first joined New Japan, or he came back from his excursion in TNA, he was a nobody. He was a mid-carder at best.
Yeah.
But on his first night back in New Japan, he shocking upset won the world title against Tanahashi.
Yeah.
Basically, they put their chips all on a young guy, like a young lion. I would rather they do that to either Shota Umino or like, one of their young guys who you see got potential,
Speaking of Okada, right, I saw this online. I freaking cracked up, right? Like, so WWE got a New Japan mid-carder and immediately has made him look like a main eventer in Tama Tonga.
Tama Tonga, okay.
Right? Meanwhile, AEW brought in a New Japan main eventer and immediately made him a mid-carder.
Oh, yeah.
That's booking for you.
Oh,
That's
that says
booking.
so
That's
much.
that's classic book. Anyway,
Yeah, that says so much. Yeah.
shall we move on?
Yes, we should.
Jack Sabres Jr. versus Orange Cassidy. Well, okay, what is the deal with Orange Cassidy being courted by the Don Callis? Like, has that resolved?
No.
Is it still a thing where he's trying to get the services of Orange Cassidy?
Still a thing. This is a 2-month long-running story that nobody cares about. But okay, correct me if I'm wrong, because of course my AEW attention span is like very little right now. I don't know whether they hired Trent Beretta or like Trent Beretta is part of the family right now. I can't recall. But you know what? Zack Sabre Jr. is actually one of the people that I do enjoy from New Japan.
Okay.
And a lot of people, of course, like him for his technical ability. You know, he's like this octopus guy, can do all these crazy moves. But what I like him is actually his fucking hilarious backstage promos.
Okay.
He is what we call in Britain, you know, in England, as a proper wanker.
A proper wanker.
Yeah.
I love it.
The way he talks is like Jason Statham in Hobbs and Shaw. You know, he got that Cockney accent. And he's just an asshole lah.
Okay.
So he called Orange Cassidy Orange Bollocks. so if nothing else, I've been enjoying the you know, all these interviews that he's been doing calling out Orange Cassidy. And I believe the reason is they might have had a match previously and Orange kind of got the upset win or something. And I think this is him like trying to, you know, gain back some semblance of revenge. But hey, don't quote me on this. This is going purely on my memory. You know, right. I can have an eidetic memory when it comes to wrestling, but when it comes to AEW, I choose to let go of the shit that doesn't matter.
Okay, that being said, actually, if I just took the card that I just mentioned and chopped off all that we just said, right? Yeah. The next part of the card, like, okay lah, not bad lah, huh? Like some interesting, or maybe we swap out some stuff.
Orange and Zack Sabre, is it for any title?
Nope, singles match.
Okay, cool. Yeah. So it's just a grudge match, correct?
Yeah. Timeless Tony Storm with Luther versus Mina Shirakawa. She's only there for her boobs, let's be real. Like, I mean, dude, it's quite obvious. I'm not saying it's a bad thing. Like, obviously, the Attitude Era showed us that works, right? But
yeah. But one thing that they did right was, I know you might have seen it on social media. They actually finally did a profile vignette on Mina Shirakawa to explain her character, backstory, motivation.
Sure.
There was a lot of jiggling involved, but
of course there was.
I managed to, you know, focus past it and actually listen to what she's trying to say. She comes across as charming, and that is something that Riho doesn't have. And I would
wait. Okay, so the real litmus test is I will go and watch this because I didn't bother watching. I saw the first few seconds where she's just like doing this. I'm like, oh fuck.
No, she played the Fast and Furious song. Rio.
So you know what I do? I switch on that vignette, that interview, whatever, audio only. Then see whether she's charming or not.
Okay, can fine, but you gotta see the visual because she was speaking. Okay, she spoke in English.
Yeah.
So she can cut a promo in English. A bit broken, but still fine. Better than Hikaru Shida, I would say.
Okay.
So
what the hell happened to Hikaru Shida, by the way?
Again.
Another one just disappeared. Yeah.
Yeah, but okay. So one thing that's going for her is she's a Japanese girl that can speak very generally better English than Asuka and Io Sky, Kairi Sane. She can speak English, so that's one thing. And secondly, they managed to explain the history between Mariah May and Mina Shirakawa about their time in Stardom as part of this faction called Club Venus. And I do not know my Stardom knowledge is not there, but I vaguely recall Julia being somehow involved in that faction before breaking out and creating her own faction. I do not know. Somebody needs to correct me. But Mina's story, after listening to the vignette and actually reading up a bit about her and also listening to her interview at the Hey EW, which I do enjoy that content. She's apparently an AV model back in the day.
Of course.
She only got into wrestling in her late 20s, early 30s.
Okay.
Which is like very late in the game. But in the 6 short years, I think she's only 35, 36. But in those 6 short years, she became like one of the top stars in Stardom. So like her whole like real story is that when she came in, she's an outsider. She's just a glamour model, right?
Yeah.
She got the shit beaten out of her by all these stardom veterans who's like, fuck lah, you anyhow come to business just want to like, take advantage of all that. But she actually proved her toughness and like won the respect of all these girls, and then eventually got pushed to the top.
Has any of this been portrayed on AEW TV? Because it's all good that it's on social media, but we all know at the end of the day, if you don't pay attention to that stuff, you're not going to see it.
The only thing that you will see or take away from watching Dynamite about Mina is that she's a lesbian who likes to make out with Mariah May and drink champagne. That's the only thing. Yeah.
So exactly right. So that's my point. It's like, okay, so that's what she has going for her. I see the angle. Like, there's no backstory. Once again, doing a piss poor job of telling a story.
If they can somehow communicate whatever I just told you in the last 5 minutes into a vignette or pre-match hype promo during the pay-per-view, okay, fine. I think maybe when I'm watching the match, I'll be like, okay, I got some heat. The only problem is Toni Storm is a heel. Mina Shirakawa is so-called a quasi-baby face, but it's best friends with Mariah May, who is a heel together with Toni Storm.
But Toni Storm is getting cheered.
So it's just very messy if you wanna try to support.
Let's be real, okay? I'll say what everyone is thinking right now. The only reason why any of these neckbeards are watching this match is in the hopes of the three of them making out.
All three at the same time.
Yeah, all get together somehow. That's legit. That's literally the only reason why anybody is watching this match. I said it.
I'm gonna watch it for the storytelling, Mr. Young.
All right. Monet. Let's talk about Mercedes Monet versus Stephanie Vaquer. Who the heck is Stephanie Vaquer? Has she been showing up? I know on Dynamite, Monet fought some other girl. I have no idea. Zeusis. A lot of X's in there. What is going on? This is another one. This is just like MJF versus Hachiko. Like, who?
Okay. I know in this year's Forbidden Door, they've opened up more doors so that they can bring in Mexican wrestling talent on the show.
Yeah.
But they never once established this hostile takeover or introduction about the Mexican. Even if Tony Khan, who loves to be on TV, by the way, one day appear on Dynamite in the middle of the ring and say, hey, for this upcoming Forbidden Door, we would like to announce. Last time he used to have all these big announcements every week. Which used to pop a rating, apparently.
Bro, have freaking Nigel McGuinness do it. Don't have Tony Khan do it.
Bro, they have so many options that can be as on-screen authority figure. Or I guess at this point, Christopher Daniels, or people call him Dollar Store Adam Pearce.
Yeah.
Even if it's him, make an announcement this year. For Forbidden Door, we'll welcome again our Japanese, talents from New Japan. To showcase the very best of Japanese wrestling. But we also want to open another door. We would like to welcome the talents from Triple R, from Lucha Libre, they will make their presence known. And just here's what you can expect. Here's a taste of what you can expect from these wrestlers. And then they cut to a promo introducing all these big names from Mexico. They have one-time exhibition match to showcase their wrestling. A bit like how back in Nitro, they introduce all these luchadores and they have like a match. Even though I don't know any one of these two people, but because of whatever they explained, the setup, I would care.
Correct. Here,
no, this Stephanie Beckers, no, I don't.
Well, once again, we are expected to know, and that's why they have the ratings they do. All right, let's move on.
Wait, last thing I want to say about Mercedes Monet. She's been in AEW, I would say 3 months, 4 months. She's wrestled 2 matches. One, she won the title against Willow Nightingale in a good match. I did enjoy that match in Double or Nothing. Second match against a nobody or somebody who's completely no one from mainstream knows in this Zeusis. And her third match is going to be against a Mexican wrestler. Why?
She's fighting nobody established. And maybe the problem is they have nobody who is established. That's the problem. Where's Britt Baker? Where is,
Bro, even Mercedes Monet and Saraya have been something.
What is Saraya even doing? She's tag teaming with somebody else, right? And then doing, who cares?
Ali Cameron,
anyway. Talking about who cares, the vacant TNT Championship. Oh, Adam Copeland, you had a good run there, bro, until you decided to break your ankle in a match that most of us have forgotten about already.
Yeah, unfortunate.
So this is for that championship. Takeshita, Mark Briscoe, Jack Perry, Dante Martin, Leo Rush is back.
From New Japan, representing New Japan.
And TBD. So yeah, we don't know who that last one is.
My question is, why is our dear Malachi Black not in this match?
He's actually selling an injury other than as opposed to everybody else. Oh, I forgot to mention this. Bryan Danielson, didn't he like have this horrible neck issue after facing Will Ospreay? And then immediately jumps up and, all right, let's do Anarchy in the Arena. Let's go. Nothing happened. Has that ever been addressed? Like what happened to him?
No,
and then,
not that I was aware of.
And another thing, didn't they announce Blood and Guts?
Yes, they did.
When is that bullshit happening?
No, it's gonna happen on a Dynamite episode after Forbidden Door.
They just had bullshit in the arena. Somebody got set on fire. That wasn't good.
Isn't this what they do every year? Okay, they are using the WWE booking of 2009 when they book everything based on the stipulation of the year of the pay-per-view.
Yeah. And we that was the complaint we had. Right, it's like, don't do a Hell in a Cell for the sake of doing a Hell in a Cell. Do it because there is a feud, right, to blow off. I don't really give a shit about this match, but I'm gonna say, based on their booking style, Jack Perry's gonna win this shit. Because they're like, oh, he's such an overheel. Now, I think Jack Perry's gonna win.
I'm not gonna hate that, honestly. I think the Elite really desperately need some sort of prestige and credibility at this point in time.
But at the expense of Briscoe, Takeshita. Okay, I look at this list, I see two potential, like, the people they should be pushing, Takeshita and Briscoe, right?
Yeah, Takeshita is good, yeah. Bro, Takeshita can be a New Japan World Heavyweight title contender, like top heel.
Yep.
Bro, fuck yeah. He has the body that Tanahashi had like 15 years ago.
Yeah. No, but he's being, put in some bullshit stable with oh god.
Okay, but if they have their chips all behind Jack Perry, they want to make Jack Perry a top heel. Yeah, the best way is to put the title on him lah, TNT Championship on him.
I don't care. It's not even that I don't want him to win. It's like if he does, it's like, oh, okay, here we go. It's like it's like, oh, whatever. It's not gonna make me want to watch. It's not gonna make me want to watch and see somebody beat him. Like, oh, I don't like that guy. It's like, whatever. Okay, and finally, and this is the most egregious one of it all, the main event. It better be the main event for the AEW World Championship. Swerve Strickland versus Will Ospreay.
Too soon.
I mean, I think that is the overwhelming sentiment from sensible wrestling fans. You just had Will Ospreay win his international title, right?
Yeah.
This is only for the World Championship, by the way. So I don't know why Will's title is not on the line.
Yeah, okay.
And Swerve, like we talked about, he was like, they pulled the trigger on him way too late. And then now that he is the champion, he's become cold because of terrible booking. They haven't focused the show around him. They focused it around the Elite instead.
Yep.
And honestly, okay, I don't think Will Ospreay will win here. I think he will win at the London show.
All in Wembley, right?
Yeah. When is that?
That should be in August. Late August, probably. So it's still... I think that should be the next pay-per-view after Forbidden Door, I believe. So they got 2 months to play around. But you're right. Okay, one of the signings that we do actually like is Will Ospreay, right?
Yeah.
We do see his potential. We do think that he can ideally be the guy that they can build a company around. But the problem is with Will and Swerve is supposedly a babyface at this point in time.
Yeah.
Will is supposedly a babyface at this point in time.
Yeah.
So you're pulling the trigger on a match with no heat.
Yep.
And I saw their promos.
It's the whole, again, I'm a better worker than you. We are friends. I respect, like you know what I mean?
And I think he said this line, Will Ospreay says this line like, oh, you might have been in hit row, but but when you hit, you don't miss or some shit. Like, basically, he's referencing, Strickland's past in WWE, which I find like, do you need to keep mentioning WWE to build your promos? Like, fuck lah.
It's okay, like they're trying to be clever. I won't fault them for it, but at the same time too, it's like, it does nothing for this feud, right? And you hit on it as well. They're both faces. Swerve, after his tremendous heel run, where he's breaking into houses and disturbing babies and stuff like that. Funnily enough, that got him over, right? Like ever since then, he hasn't done anything that
Dusted.
retains. Yeah, he hasn't done. He
He didn't do what the thing that brought him to the dance.
Yeah, like Stone Cold was a heel. He did like heel things, but people cheered the anti-establishment, anti-hero, right?
Yep.
So after he became a face, did he start hugging babies and shaking hands and becoming like a smart? No, he just continued doing what he did. He just channeled his anger towards the Vince McMahons, the evil people instead.
Bro.
But he was still the same guy.
As a baby face, Stone Cold pull a gun on live TV or
Yeah.
Vince McMahon made him pee.
Yeah.
Freaking ran a Corvette over with his monster truck.
Yes.
Beat up Vince McMahon with a pen. Like
And-
all this as a baby face,
Correct. So, like the way they book Swerve, they've literally changed his character.
Yep.
And now he's just not over.
The dance also,
What?
The dance also like
Yeah,
it's like
flat.
diminishing returns.
Yeah. Dare I say, it's like, you know when you're so rich, you can keep getting new toys, right?
Yeah.
So you got this new toy in Swerve Strickland, you push him, oh, you're so happy. But then, I got a new toy. It's the Will Ospreay toy, the newer model. And then now suddenly I forget about Swerve Strickland already. And all my focus is on Will. Doesn't it feel like that?
That's me and all my FIFAs that I buy every year.
No, exactly right. Only this happened within months. Like, oh my god, you put so much effort into the latest FIFA game, and then a new one coming out. So, fuck it, I don't care.
Yeah. Fuck FIFA 2023. Now it's FC 24. That kind of shit. Yeah, I get you. The problem is you're playing people's lives. That's one thing, and you're playing people's careers. Like to me, right? If Adam Cole had never went to AEW, he would be like one of the top. I would say with Triple H. I would definitely think he would be at least upper echelon, world title picture maybe in WWE.
Yeah.
And still be seen with credibility, and people look at him like, wow, has a great career so far.
Yeah. Now, not so much.
No,
well, at least they're being paid like millions of dollars, getting good money, but get it while the getting's good, because the getting won't be good once TV ratings tank.
Oh my god, yeah. What's the succession plan for AEW? Like, I'm really curious. So say Tonika dies, or incapacitated or whatever it is. What is the succession plan?
Is he married?
No, he's single and nerdy and no one will love you. No, just kidding.
Don't be so mean, bro.
I'm not gonna be mean at wrestling, a fellow wrestling fan.
I'm sure there's somebody out there for him. Like, okay, no, it doesn't have to be familial, right? But yeah, maybe you are assuming that he will stick around the business for that long. Like, he's still a young man, right? He's not like he's in his 70s or anything like that. So barring any accidents, Choi. But yeah, like I don't think AEW lasts.
Yeah, my point is like it's really just dependent on Tony Khan. So if Tony Khan for some reason or another stops, dies, incapacitated,
Shad Khan says no more. Don't waste my money.
Yeah, Shad Khan says no more. WBD says we're gonna drop you.
Yeah.
He for some reason got some scandal. He kena indicted like this man.
Then game over already. There's nobody else to take over.
What is the succession plan for AEW? Because, and this is also we blame Tony Khan because Tony Khan clearly is doing this for himself.
Yes.
He has never thought about what is life after him, or like is this a legacy he's gonna create for wrestling for the future, or is it just more for him?
Dave Meltzer will be.
No, he will die way before Tony Khan. Come on.
Who knows? Who knows? Maybe he exits the game and all the library all gets sold to WWE, and then we see Triple H showing up at Dynamite.
Yeah.
Oh, whatever lah. I don't know lah. Anyway, that's a card for Forbidden Door. I will not be watching it.
Yeah. So I think we can come to a consensus that whoever you guys are wrestling fans who want to check out Forbidden Door,
feel free
to do so. We highly encourage you. There will not be a review show of Forbidden Door because there's really nothing to talk about, guys.
The last two pay-per-views, and I've always say this, right? To me, it's worth the money because I pay the $40. I get a lot of entertainment, exciting matches.
Yeah.
But especially this one, like literally, I don't care about any of the matches. Maybe Swerve versus Will and Timeless Tony Storm versus Mina Shirakawa.
No, okay.
Wow. But really, honestly, that's about it, because every other match is a quote-unquote dream match that only if you are diehard, wrestling nerd would you give a crap about, right? Nothing else has been built. Nothing else means anything. So I'm not going to pay 30, 40 bucks to watch this. And more importantly, even if you gave this to me for free, I'm not going to waste 4 hours. I would rather go and play Elden Ring, the new DLC just dropped.
Nice. Enjoy yourself. Yeah. I saw good reviews about that. But anyway, so this is the first ever pay-per-view that we have consciously decided that we are not going to review, right?
Yeah. No, I can't stress this enough, right? AEW's product is so vapid, so boring. They built this aura about them that you can skip. You miss also, nothing interesting will happen anyway.
Yeah, you're right.
It's the exact opposite of what TKO, WWE, NXT is doing right now.
So on that note, I think let's talk about something that we are more excited for about this weekend. I think we are way more excited about this that's coming up this weekend than Forbidden Door.
That's right. Dual Destinies, GrappleMAX, they're going to hold 2 shows, a 2-night event, y'all. With their tag team tournament that's happening, also a world title match. In fact, we're going to preview everything right now as we switch on over to our good friends, Ships Ahoy. I love it that they have the props and everything. Wow. Joining us here on the show, as promised, here we go. It's Sarah. It's Christian. Ships Ahoy!
Ahoy!
Oh, hey guys. I just did it as well. Awesome.
Yeah. It is a very natural action when you talk about some sort of a nautical theme, right? Yes, first of all, thank you so much for joining us. I know it's a Sunday morning, very early. I love that the two of you are already in full gear. I think you guys probably already had your workout done. Look at us, foreign. We're both sleepy face.
I mean, power of friendship.
Power of friendship.
And maybe some makeup tricks.
Yes.
I see.
And coffee, I guess.
Yes.
Gotcha.
Coffee.
I when I think of how you guys look in the ring, for some reason a couple of things come to my mind. It's Kingdom Hearts, it's One Piece, it's like everything, any nautical theme I can think of, I think of you guys now, and you just need the wheel to complete the get out. I mean, you know what I mean. So
isn't that great? Anything nautical, you think of us.
Yeah, exactly, right? Yes, okay, before we start anything, right, I want to address a certain issue that may or may not have crept up, in months past. All right, let's rewind the clock a little bit.
Okay.
When we were talking about one time on the podcast, tag teams, right? A certain podcaster forgot to mention a certain team, and then it led to a little video done by Sarah.
Wait.
Calling out said podcaster, yes, my bro.
First of all, right, when you say a certain podcaster, don't you mean both of us? Because both of us forgot to mention the thing. You anyhow throw me under the bus, I'm straight off the bat.
If we rewind, if we go back to the episode, you'll notice I was just smiling. I wasn't really agreeing. I was just letting you have your time. Anyway, okay, you know what? I will take 30% of the blame. 30%.
Yes. No, but that definitely was a mishap. But I think Sarah, maybe let's right off the bat ask the question, what motivated you to correct us in that way and take it to the next level? Actually, cut a promo. I mean,
man.
That was impressive. I do say so myself. Yeah.
Firstly, if we rewind it back then, you said the legitimate tag teams, and we are legitimate.
How are we not legitimate? How could you forget us?
You're the one who interviewed us and talked about Chips Ahoy. We're now Ships Ahoy, and you forgot about us. Isn't that insulting?
Oh, I see. Yeah. So wait, just to be clear, we already kosong during Hari Raya, right?
Yes,
I mean, this is just retroactively reflecting, right? Okay, gotcha. Yeah. Okay, fine. I'll put my hands up and say, I think one of the pitfalls of doing this podcast live, Mr. Yang knows on radio.
For sure.
When we are deep in our monologues and conversations, we just can't say the first thing that comes to my mind. And even though I explain it in a so-called fiery comeback, but it literally, that was what it was. It's like it slipped my mind. But I do have
on your mind.
Yeah, we should first things on your mind.
I do have to admit that yes, that is on my part. the fact that you're not on my mind means either I'm not paying enough attention to what she's who are doing, and wait,
please finish that sentence, bro. I'm very excited.
I want to start this podcast on a good start, so can we don't?
So, how much more do we have to do? Like, we literally have the most extravagant outfits. Like, how much more rhinestones do I have to put on this thing for you to notice?
Do I
me?
have to cartwheel in front of your seat?
I would love to see that though. You know what? How about winning Dual Destinies? How does that sound? How does that go towards making an impact? I think it'll make a great impact, wouldn't it?
Yes.
I mean, I think we're ready. We've been ready.
Yeah.
And
Setting sail on a new voyage. As you know, like, we like shiny things.
Yes.
Really, really shiny things. So
More is more.
More is more.
Yeah, more is more. Give us those belts.
Yeah.
The title is great.
awesome.
It doesn't get any shinier than those tag team belts. And we saw the photos on the social media page on GrappleMAX's Instagram, and they look chef's kiss. Shout out to the belt makers who made that masterpiece. My goodness, you
Yeah,
guys.
shout out to Paul Martin.
Yes.
Yeah.
Nice. Can we all agree that GrappleMAX has, like, across the board, the tag team titles and your openweight championship both look spectacular. I mean, you guys
Yep.
have like
100%.
really
Yes.
beautiful belts in your promotion. So definitely give extra motivation for you guys to chase for those shiny things. Yeah, I assume.
Yeah.
Absolutely. And we always talk about how, yes, the work is important, but also appearance matters, right? First appearance, that's why you have impressive looking titles. Talk to us right now about, we just talked about appearance, and obviously you guys like shiny things. How much thought and effort went into and continually goes into your presentation, like this whole Ships Ahoy presentation?
Wow. Ships Ahoy was a unintentional thing.
Yeah.
I think when it was first pitched, I was just supposed to tag with Sarah just that one time.
Yeah.
And the purpose being to just help her get more in-ring experience. And me being me, and I was being very extra about it because I loved her costume. And so literally the week before that first match together, I decided to make another outfit.
Yeah. A
And
matching one.
It was the most last minute thing, and also
Wow.
like the most time consuming because like for this one it had to be hand stitched. Like all this like gold stuff had to be
Yeah.
hand stitched into it.
Do you do it yourself? Do you
I did
make?
myself.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
Amazing. We got a Bianca Belair over here. Amazing.
Yeah.
A little bit.
Have the
yeah.
other wrestlers tried to ask for help from you to, zeng their gear a bit?
I wouldn't have the time, but
Ah,
I've sketched out some ideas for them to send to other gear makers to have made.
right,
So
right.
I think
Oh.
I think in I think later in the year you might see some new gear
Yeah.
pop up
Oh.
from like some of the wrestlers.
Wow.
I mean, that could be a complete side hustle as well. I'm just saying, charge a little bit of a fee, a design fee.
Just thinking about that as you say it already like stressed me out because like I have the messiest process of like trying to come up with ideas, and then like when you sketch things out, you don't even have to it doesn't have to be like super nice, and yet like I really draw it out nicely.
Yeah.
I don't
Oh.
do this to
It's so
myself.
detailed.
Yeah.
Hmm.
So
Detail.
yeah, with this one, it was just like a really last minute decision. I wasn't intentionally trying to look like somewhat in sync or unified with Sarah. And then when we had that first match together, I think everyone thought like it was on purpose or that we were
Yeah.
a thing.
Yeah.
And then
And then
I
why
think
not?
was
right?
that the day that also Foreign interviewed us, and then
Yeah.
he was like, if this were a tag team, what would the name be? And then
I think it was that time.
it just all happened organically.
Ah.
Yeah.
But Foreign did not inspire Ships Ahoy.
He was just there as part of the
He was just
process.
there.
Yeah.
I love that we are all collecting receipts in our own way. But you know what?
Catalyst of change. How about that? Will you take
I-
that, Foreign? You're a catalyst of change.
I do not want to take any credit for anything Christian and Sarah did. I think
Sure.
anything they do is their own. But I would love to support be a part of their success. That's what I can say. Okay.
There you go.
So I'll leave it at
Get
that.
on our friendship.
I see what
oh.
you did there. Yes.
Is that gonna be your like your fan support names?
Like-
We have the shipmates.
shipmate.
So yeah, you can
The
get on the
shipmate.
friendship if you're a
Ah.
shipmate.
Okay.
see.
So riding this wave of nautical themes,
Uh-huh.
Okay.
I'm gonna ask the question right now. Who's the captain of this ship?
Oh,
Ahoy.
Okay, there you go.
Oh.
One simple answer. I thought they would go 50-50. Oh, actually we work it as a team.
it started with, I mean, she was already doing the pirate thing.
Right.
This has been her thing the whole time. And then I came in, again, not intentionally trying to like look her part.
Yeah.
And it was perceived that way. And then I think maybe second match onwards together, I realized that like, oh, I think people think that
Yeah,
I'm a pirate too.
Mhm.
And I remember saying that to her in the ring just after we did our entrance. We're in the ring, and I whispered that to her, and then she was like, "Well, I guess you are now." And I'm like, "Damn, okay."
Yeah, I tend to drag people into things. That's why you get a
Now,
friendship.
I'm
Just
all
get
about
on
the
ship.
pirate life.
Yeah.
Right.
Nice.
Sarah, what is it about that whole pirate aesthetic that you are interested in? Like, why is that sort of your aesthetic?
I look up to a few pirates. They like to do their best and they always have fun. Yeah.
Who are these pirates? Are we talking about?
Oh. You want to go to the wrestling part? Of course, we have Kyrie.
Kyrie say.
On the other side, we also have like Hosho Marine. There's a lot of mixture of fans. Once they know who it is, they tend to support us.
And
Ah.
Hosho Marine is a VTuber.
Yeah, she's a VTuber. Interesting.
Thank you, Christian. I think Christian saw my face and it had question marks all over my forehead. He was like, I
Yeah.
better explain who this, what was that, Hosho
And
Marine?
if you're in the Japanese side, if you know Maki Ito, she actually also likes Hosho Marine. So it's a whole combination of things. Yeah.
Okay, I just Googled Hosho Marine, virtual YouTuber. Yes, very
Yes.
cute. I see. I understand now.
I
They
love
say
it.
VTubers are like the virtual wrestlers.
Oh,
Yeah.
okay,
Yeah.
okay.
Yeah.
It's like an entire kind of like community and scene within the YouTuber.
Something like that. Yeah, yeah. It's they really say wrestling is really like the real life of the VTuber, so vice versa.
Because I mean, if you think about what a VTuber is, right, is you are being a persona. You're not actually being you because you're hiding behind quote unquote the animated avatar, or whatever it is. But your
But you're still
personality,
you in a way. So
yes,
that's why it's matching.
Okay,
Gotcha.
interesting. I don't know why, and this is super random, but when I googled out Hosho Marine, the 1, 2, 3, fourth image is text that says the horniest pirate. So I shall not go there. I don't know what exactly.
Yeah.
Is that a thing? Okay. Maybe we shouldn't go there. That's not what we need to be talking
I don't
about, huh?
think you guys need to know that, but
Yeah, there's probably
it's very
context.
hardworking.
Yeah, we are missing context here, and that's
Yeah.
why it sounds weird. But let's talk about wrestling. Let's come back to wrestling, you guys. Okay, so this weekend, as we record this, of course, this weekend is Dual Destinies, talking about tag team and tag team championships, right? I mean, GrappleMAX is going into the tag team scene in a big way, and this is very exciting stuff. Right? We've always sort of asked, like, hey, when are you guys going to do a tag team title situation? When are you going to have belts? Now we finally have it. Okay, when this was first announced, was this like the first thing you're like, okay, we need to win this. We need to be a part of this?
Oh, definitely.
Yeah.
I mean, as soon as we got together and we started working together,
yeah.
it's this kind of, because I used to think that I would never be in a tag team. I thought I'd be like a solo guy. I didn't think tag was my thing. And the guys that I trained with, Sean, YC, Julian, that's sort of who I consider to be my batch. They went on to do the tag team thing, and I was like, okay, well, I'm just gonna do a solo thing, because I just didn't think that I would click with someone like that in a wrestling context. And then I worked with Sarah, and then I was
We vibe.
oh, we vibe. She's extra like me. She cares about presentation and like
Yes.
all this like really campy theatrical stuff.
Yeah.
Which
Do
is,
you see anyone else being as extra as us?
Yeah, that's true. That's true.
but like the thing that she and I had in common was that the theatrics and the campiness of wrestling is like what attracted us to wrestling. And so we kind of bond over that. And like our ideas for promos and stuff is always like exciting because that's something that we brainstorm together as well.
Yeah, don't forget to like and subscribe every time you see our promos. Just like it, comment on it. Yeah.
Like, share. That's such a YouTuber thing, by the way. Like, share, comment. Thank you for engagement.
Oh dear. Yeah. Another beautiful thing as I do seem to realize about you guys is that a lot of people care a lot about their in-ring personas and like what they do in the ring, but we've seen a lot of your presence on social media. I mean, to allude to all the things that we've done between each other, but it's not just that. Like your promos are on point. There's a lot of care into it, and like again, your presentation goes into it. So we can almost task that under things outside of the ring that makes a wrestler as well. Do you have any inspirations with regards to that? People who not only like other wrestlers who not only present themselves well in the ring but also outside of the ring in their engagement.
Well, I don't know if it's a specific wrestler or a specific type of style of promo and vignette that I've seen, but me and Sarah work in similar industries.
Yeah.
You want to tell them what you do?
Well, I entertain people for work.
That can go in so many ways, though. Can we be more
excuse me.
A bit more specific.
Yeah.
Entertainment industry. There you go.
Yes, pretty much.
She's in the
Okay.
entertainment industry, and then
Okay.
my line of work as a hair and makeup artist, I also sometimes work in that industry.
Mm-hmm.
And so
if we know how to make other people look good, we know how to make ourselves
we know how to
look
make
good.
ourselves look good. And
Yay.
then she's more in tune with like the details of like framing
Yeah.
or like composition or like
Yeah.
to translate a certain emotion. And then I sometimes would come up with like, okay, this is kind of the storyline of what I want to do, and props, and
Yes.
together like it just
We just
have all
enable
the
each
tools
other.
amongst ourselves.
Nice.
Yeah. Yeah.
And it's always great to find that someone to sort of like, sometimes by yourself you can have the idea, but you're like, I don't really know how to execute the idea. I don't know how to tell this story. But you find someone that compliments you in that way, and it's a match made in heaven, as they say.
Yes.
Yeah.
I
Okay.
love it.
Before we go into the specific cards, very quickly, and let's make this like a quick fire round, right? What's the first thing you think of when I name these teams? Okay, are you guys up for that?
Yes.
So
Okay.
fast impressions, So this is
Okay.
the true, real impression, because they don't have time to think about it, I'm gonna just throw you names right now.
okay.
Broken Bad.
Bitch.
Chair.
Wait, what?
Wait, what? Did you say chair?
Yeah.
Why chair? Oh, the chair, right, the chair. Right.
Okay. Yeah.
That's-
Okay, I'm interested to hear all their answers now.
Yeah, that's Big Dave and Ban, by the way. If you know what happened at the
Yes.
last event, yes, there you go, chairs.
Yeah, I remember.
Showtime Inc. More specifically,
I'm thinking
Prabhu
about
and
interns.
Julian. Huh?
Intern.
Intern, okay.
That's the first thing you thought of?
Yeah.
I thought of something immediately, and I was like, wait, should I say that though? Like, how relevant?
Uh-oh.
The first thing that came to mind was slow.
Wait, why? Okay, this one needs a bit of context. Slow.
Slow. They just give me that vibe, it's a little slow. Yeah.
Oh dear. Okay, Prabhu's not gonna like that, and you guys are on like the opposite end of the bracket, so technically you could meet in the finals.
We
Yeah.
could.
Okay.
They
interesting.
can slowly make their way to the finals.
I don't like
We
this.
might not even make it.
Oh.
Go away.
Them's fighting words right there. Okay, let's talk about Miles Kairu, and Blazing Raj.
Malaysia Boleh.
Yeah.
Okay,
Oh,
okay. There you go,
love
the
it,
Malaysian
love it.
boys. Yes, they're part of the tag team tournament as well. This one will be interesting. Aussie.
Oi,
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 oi.
oi.
Okay, other than the
and-
oi. Yes, that one's
That's a
too easy
giveaway.
already. Low hanging fruit, that one.
Not one word, 3 words.
Yeah.
Trouble in paradise.
Oh, okay. Yes.
It's almost as if you guys have the answers prepared already. I mean,
We
this is
didn't, but see, this is how we sync.
Right,
We
right.
like surprise ourselves at times.
gotcha. I love it.
And I mean, we can see it happening, right? We've seen it in the past few events. We've seen it in some of their promos and vignettes on the social media pages. There is definitely trouble in paradise over there.
Something's going on there.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Midlife goals.
Gout.
Yes. Can we just embrace that name already?
Yeah. Hashtag gout. Hey,
I hate that that's the first thing. Okay, if not gout, head.
Yes.
head. Okay,
Yeah.
explain why head.
Joseph's
Oh,
good
Joseph's
head.
head. Right. There you go. The big finish for him. Okay. Inglorious.
It's more like this. I don't know. Can you see
Not
this?
one word, one
This
gesture.
is one gesture.
Oh yeah, the thing that they do. Yeah,
Okay,
the little
gotcha,
point. Okay,
gotcha. I love it.
and best bros. This one we can go a little bit deeper into, because the best bros are their first opponents in the tag team tournament. So best bros.
Baby.
Babysitter.
Baby
Ooh.
and babysitter.
Okay. Who's the baby then? It's not Balian, is it? Are you calling Balian the
May.
baby? Oh, May.
May is the baby.
Okay.
Yeah.
For those of us who maybe don't know, how much do you know about Balian Aki and May Suruga? I mean, May Suruga we've seen in Singapore wrestle before, but Balian I'm not so sure, not so familiar with.
Well, for Aki, I've seen him Choco Pro.
Yeah.
And I believe I've seen him in some DDT stuff as well, because I watch a lot of DDT.
Okay.
Gotcha.
Can you describe his style? Like, what are you guys preparing against?
So I definitely watched some matches knowing that this was gonna happen, and at first I got really nervous.
Yes. we like to analyze our opponent.
Yeah,
Everyone.
Nice.
Very, very hard hitting. And then of course together as a team, obviously that dolphin splash is like a beautiful thing.
Have you seen what a dolphin splash is?
Have you seen the dolphin splash?
No, I have not. I need to Google that
no.
now.
Watch more Japanese wrestling.
Or I mean, it's their move.
Yeah.
And it's like one of the most beautifulest things I've ever seen. But then I
Gotcha.
was like, oh damn, like possibly I might be on the receiving end of that.
No,
Oh.
we are gonna defeat them. So we won't do
yes,
it. Yeah.
positive thinking. Thinking. But just seeing how they work as a team, and I think the only thing that made me nervous is like they've been going at this for a while now, and Sarah and I we're tight. We have a bond. We run a tight ship, but we're also just. I feel like we're just starting to see what we can do as a team. Like we're like so new compared to some of the other teams in GrappleMAX, I think.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And just now you said like May and Bali have been a team way longer. Exclusively wrestling as a mixed tag. And going around the circuit. Like, is there a mixed tag scene?
I think in the indie scene, it's a lot more embraced. And then WWE is kind of weird about intergender wrestling sometimes. But with the stuff that we've seen, the genders cross and make contact, and I think that if it's in this type of competitive context, it's not weird. It's not so much about this man hitting a woman. Being a thing. It's really like especially the way that they do some of these matchups. Like some of these women are really built in a way that like you look at them and you can see like the way that they carry themselves, that they are an even matchup for whoever their male opponent may be.
Right.
Gotcha.
Yeah, but I feel like the stuff that we've seen, like they do really like fair matchups, and I like to think that that's kind of what we do here at GrappleMAX as well.
Yeah. As long as it's not out of the realm of believability, I think it's fine. Okay, before we jump back into it, I just pulled up, I don't know if you saw my face just now, I had a bit of a shocked expression because I pulled up Dolphin Star Press. This is what it is, right? So May bounces off the ropes into Aki. She goes into a wheelbarrow position. He flips her up, so it's into like a moonsault type thing, right? And then it's a splash.
Yes.
It's a very beautiful move, and yes, it actually does.
Beautiful.
Yeah, graceful, beautiful, and
we're
devastating.
We're gonna stop that so it doesn't not happen to us.
Right. Yes. The best way to take it is to not take it. Foreign, are you googling this right now?
I'm literally watching it live. And it's impressive as hell. Yes. But I feel like you guys can come out with a much better, more inventive move.
Okay. So essentially, it's a wheelbarrow into a shooting star press, lah.
Yes.
Yeah. And who was the one that innovated this? Is this really their?
This is their thing. Yeah.
This is their thing, huh? Very nice.
So I because I know May, slightly, smaller build, and she can probably pull off all the stuff.
Yeah, I don't think she knows that though.
Yes, I don't think she does. I think she wrestles way above, her appearance and weight class. Yeah, but oh my god, now I'm just like, photoshopping like you guys doing some crazy ass like tag team move or coming up with some crazy move. I know you guys have like your own like current move set, but will this inspire you guys to like, hey, we want to top them in our own way as well?
Well, we've been training.
Yeah.
We've got some new stuff in the kit that we haven't pulled
Pulled
up
out yet.
no one's
Yeah.
seen yet.
Mm-hmm.
I
Okay.
don't know if we can say that they're equally as pretty, but they definitely get the job done. Yeah. Like, I mean, I guess if we're talking moveset, I think I've always been the one that's like attracted to beautiful execution and like
Right.
pretty style moves. And Sarah's just more gung-ho.
Yeah, I like to eat.
Sarah's all about the yeet and the strength. Me, not so much.
Yeah, so I can just yeet crease into some acrobatic thing.
Yes.
I was about to say, like, I feel like with the dynamic that you guys have, it will be something along the lines of Sarah just yeeting Christian into like
A beautiful, graceful
a
move.
swan dive or something like that. Like, I am excited to see
something. Or
Yeah.
when in doubt, just like throw Sarah
Yes.
to them, and that usually works.
Okay.
Sarah's a brick wall. Sarah is like,
Yeah.
Cannonball.
yeah.
Oh, another aesthetic.
Another
Cannonball,
nautical theme. Yeah.
Yes.
I love it. Okay. So I'm now very excited to see this match because I'm just imagining the possibilities and all the different execution and sequences that we might be able to see.
Hey, quick question. How long have the Best Bros been together? Do you guys know?
Around
wanna say more.
2020.
Yeah.
As in, like, they have been separate before,
okay.
but
Yeah.
they combined at around 2020.
They made it
Ah.
official.
Yeah,
2020.
officially.
Right. So
Mm.
arguably, they could have more experience than the two of you. Would you say? So they are sort of the veteran team here.
Yes.
Mhm.
Does
Yeah.
that intimidate you guys in any shape or form?
Just a little bit.
Just
Just a tiny bit.
sure.
Yeah, it's fine.
Yeah. It's always good to have a healthy level of respect for the people you're facing, right?
Yes,
Exactly.
definitely.
So,
Yeah.
okay, obviously you guys want to beat them, move on to the next round. And, just looking slightly ahead, right? Because on the other side of the your bracket is Broken Bad versus Inglorious. So it's very interesting. You got three very veteran guys and, of course, one who is like sort of an up-and-coming in Ban, right?
Yeah.
Talk to us about who you would rather face and maybe who you think will get through. I don't know.
I just want to get my hands on Bun. I mean,
Yeah.
I think Inglorious is a very respectable team, and
Yes.
if it ends up being them, then I hope to expect like a good fair fight.
Yeah.
The Bun, all rules are out the window.
Oh.
Yeah, especially after what he did the last time around.
Yeah.
I think he's owed a bit of an ass whooping, as they might say, right?
And then on the other side of the bracket, right, you have Aussie versus Miles and Raj.
Yeah.
Quick prediction?
It's
gonna-
also Raj's first time here.
Oh.
So, yeah.
Blazing
it?
Raj's first time here,
Yeah.
but we saw him at the Malaysia Causeway Jam,
Nice.
and I think he's amazing. And
Yeah, he's good.
Miles was here for
The previous
our
one, yeah.
Causeway Jam as well.
yeah.
I don't know what they are as a team, but
Mm.
both individually very good competitors.
Yeah.
And as far as I know, they don't have beef with each other, so they have a very good
Yes.
standard,
That's good.
like a good
Team up.
decent chemistry.
Yes.
But Sean and YC, I don't know what's going on over there.
Yeah.
Sean seems
Yeah.
his own thing, and if it's interesting to see that the team that I thought was the most unified
Same.
is now like going through this weird thing, and I think that this type of distraction is going to be the downfall of them in the tournament.
Right.
Yeah.
Do you
I
think
don't
they
know.
can pull through, or do you think this could be it
Or maybe
for
after
them?
like a bit of couples therapy. Yeah.
Yeah. I don't know if you saw the interview that we did last time around with Sean and YC, and it seems like Sean is like hinting and it's like very open to more malevolent ways of getting things done in the ring, and while YC is still a man of honor, trying to set him on a straight path.
I feel like the problem is that Sean doesn't realize that those malevolent things are in fact malevolent.
Yes.
Yeah. There seems to be something in his brain that justifies, like, yeah, this is normal. This is fine to do.
Well,
Yeah.
that's every good villain story, isn't it? Because the villain is always the hero in their own story, right?
Definitely.
Gotcha.
Ah.
A bit of a sidetrack. Sorry, I just wanted to ask because you guys mentioned, Miles, Karu, and Raj talking about Causeway Jam, and I'm sure I wanted to know, like, being there for Causeway Jam and, like, wrestling, or at least being there in front of the crowd. How different is the Malaysian crowd in terms of, like, the support and the way they go about cheering in the ring and the whole vibe wrestling in my PW?
I definitely think that it's a different vibe. I
Yeah.
want to say that they're rowdier.
They're more louder.
Yeah, they're
you
more
know how
loud.
Singaporeans are more quieter because, well,
I
our
feel like
upbringing.
Singaporeans tend to. I feel like Singaporeans want to read the room first,
Ah.
and then when they see like, oh,
Is it
that's like
okay
okay to do that,
Yeah.
then they'll kind of warm up
Yeah.
and
Like they want
get
to
do it.
cheer, but though, if it's allowed to cheer.
Yeah,
Oh.
or sometimes they
I-
just don't want to look lame doing something. I feel like the Malaysian crowd is just more free spirited, and everyone was like cheering and doing their own thing and supporting in their own way.
Yeah.
I love
That
it.
is such a microcosm of the Singaporean mentality. Like, like you
Don't want
know
to
what-
paise. Don't want to paise.
don't paise.
Yeah.
Whereas
the
in Malaysia,
Malaysians
they
are
like don't
very
care.
goja.
Ah,
Yeah.
right.
I
There you go.
love it. Okay. I mean, this is why I love wrestling. Like, wrestling really reflects society.
It does,
Me.
right? Okay,
Yeah.
let's talk about the other side of the bracket then. Midlife Goals versus Showtime Inc. So,
Ooh.
yes, Gout versus Slow.
Slow timing, yeah.
Yeah.
Who do you think is
Slow
gonna okay? Do you think or are rooting for to get to the next round?
I would support the older guys.
Yeah, I definitely support Gout
Yeah.
and this
Midlife.
budding
What
relationship
does
that they have.
goals? Yeah.
Yeah.
Midlife goals.
Midlife
they got
goals.
their goals.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Gout.
I feel like the tournament is old and upset. You know how awesome it will be in the first round suddenly Showtime Inc. loses. I think that will really spark a whole bunch of interesting reactions.
Hey, bro, for your sake, because who's the voice of Showtime Inc.'s intro? For your sake, bro, I hope they go all the way to the finals. Then we can hear.
I mean, you see, I'm rooting for midlife goals, but then Slow Timing is always just devious and dastardly.
Yeah.
And they've always
Yeah.
got like tricks up their sleeves. So I wouldn't be surprised if they find a way to weasel a win,
Exactly.
move forward.
Yeah.
The intern, they got
them, but-
Showtime.
But
Yes.
it's a possibility.
Yes, but do not underestimate Jose's head.
Yes.
That shiny head of his, I think it's a secret weapon, man. It's
Yeah,
and
man.
Dom has this
Polished.
parang.
Yes, and Dom has his param.
Gotcha.
If you could have a dream finals, obviously you guys will want to be in the finals, right? Who
Yes.
would your finals opponent be? Who would you rather them be?
I would want to face someone that we haven't faced.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. So the
If we've
possibilities are
already done
Aussie.
Broken Bad.
So, but you guys can't face them in the finals anyway because you're on
Yeah,
the
I
same
know.
side of the bracket. So it's either Aussie, Miles and Raj, Midlife, or Slow Timing. I mean, Showtime. Oh boy,
Oh,
Show
no.
Timing. Oh,
It's stuck.
Yeah.
one of those 4 teams.
I want to say, okay, so I mean, like as a singles, I've wrestled Sean.
We've wrestled Sean.
Oh, we have wrestled Sean.
Yeah, it's our first time
How could I
together.
forget? So
Oh,
actually,
yeah.
we wrestled Sean like Showcase 13.
Yes, Showcase 13.
That was the first time me and Sarah got together.
Okay.
Yeah, okay, so we've already done that. So I would pick midlife goals
Okay.
just because like I've never wrestled them.
Yeah.
I might pick Showtime Inc.
Ooh.
Yeah.
But
I
do you
just
really
wanna
want to
slap
deal? Right.
I can just slap them.
Yeah. I think they all deserve a layer of a
Yeah.
smackdown.
Yes, pretty much.
But you know that it will not be a fair fight. Are you ready for that? If that
Yes,
does become
but
the finals.
I've been on the receiving end of that.
we're pirates, We are decent people, but if we're gonna face Showtime Inc. ever, well,
It's fair game.
Mm.
Yeah. Now that I'm all about this pirate life, like the rules are different. I
Right.
don't quite like how I used to. I'm
I
okay with
love
a
it.
rule here and there.
Right.
Gotcha.
right.
but we're still good.
Very good.
I can't wait to see you yeeting all of them in and
Make
out of
them-
the ring.
Make them walk the plank, huh? Okay, let's take a look at the match cards because this is a 2-night event, by the way,
Yes.
if in case you guys didn't know. And I'm not sure if there's still tickets. Please go check it out if you haven't already at PTix. I believe it's dualdestinies.ptix.com, June the 29th and 30th, the weekend after my birthday. FYI. It's happening on the Saturday and Sunday. So, okay, the Saturday card will have all the quarterfinal matches, right?
Yes.
As well as the main event, SPD versus Hotshot for the GrappleMAX Openweight Championship. That's going to be a big one. So talk to us about, SPD. We saw what happened to him, how Showtime Inc. unceremoniously booted him out of the group.
Yeah.
Who are you rooting for in that one?
It's so hard to not root for SPD.
Yeah.
And
Yeah.
I was so happy to see that Slow Time got their comeuppance at Fight Club.
Yeah. Yeah.
And I want to see him finish his story. Yeah.
But are we forgetting about Wilson, who, not too long ago was sort of kind of in that position where he was like the underdog challenger. There's no way he can win. And he finally pulled it off. It was a great moment.
Yes.
Have we forgotten about that? Have we forgotten about him?
Oh.
We haven't forgotten, but
This is such a good matchup, though.
this is a good match. And I love Hotshot, but then there's just something about SPD and the way that
He is SPD.
there's a natural, and
Yeah.
I don't think it's specifically charisma, even though he has that, but there is something very naturally captivating about him where I just feel like fans automatically empathize for him.
Yes.
And I even like I was in that match. And after
Yeah.
getting eliminated, I'm like watching this in the back and I'm so invested in him. And then when he won, it was like such an emotional thing. So I can't help but be like personally invested for SPD to come out as the new champ. I hate to say it.
All right. It's like they're both good, but
Yeah.
okay, we don't
I
know
think
what will
SPD
happen.
just has that extra something that makes me want to.
You know what it is. You know what it is. He has that aura. He's the aura about, and it's something that Young even spotted or noticed earlier. I remember Young, you always say like, you know what, I really like, how SPD wrestles and
Yeah.
how he connects with the crowd. And I think we've always had it in him. It's just about people realizing his worth. After all these years in the industry, and I think he's gotten into great shape as well. Like recently,
Yeah.
he's ready for the main event run almost, right?
Yes.
So I'm excited as well to see this. Can you guys tell us also, like, does the match card kind of lead into night 2, or is it more of like a standalone card other than the tag team tournaments, of course?
Well, like you mentioned, the tag team tournament, the semifinals happens on night 2.
Yep.
Yes.
Right, so you have the winners of all the quarterfinals. They will do battle on the semifinal night. But there are 2 other matches as well, and one of them is a grudge match. As we'll dive into the card, right? Lavin versus Simon. We all saw what happened at Fight Club, yeah.
Oh,
Yeah.
So okay, Simon, bit of an angry boy now, versus Lavin. Who do you think should Lavin put him in his place?
Well, this time they will be fighting in a ring.
next time they'll be fighting in the ring, and I would say that because they're in the ring, I feel like that's where Simon
Yeah.
has more of an advantage.
Yes.
Oh, okay.
Simon's a little more limited on the mat.
Yeah.
Just because of like his move set of choice.
Yeah.
High
And-
flyer, yeah.
Yeah, and I can't help but be more inclined to him because those are the kind of moves that I prefer as well. And I think that when you're someone of his size,
Yeah.
you really do have to depend on those type of things that give you momentum over a heavier opponent. So
Gotcha.
in a way, I see this as like his, I don't know, it's like
his environment.
yeah,
This
like,
is his
it depends on the environment.
location. Yeah.
But
Right.
I'm kind of rooting more for him because he's always just been about business. He just wants to be in matches and win, and he just wants to fight.
Yeah.
And I think that he's very, very what's that word?
Persevering.
Yeah, I would say he's very persevering in the sense that like he is someone who can hold his own in the ring, and I've only gotten to wrestle him like twice. And for a little guy, he hits really hard.
Right.
Those strikes are pretty hard.
Gotcha.
I think anytime we've watched him in a match I've always said that he has that believability about him that, like when you see what he does and the expressions on his face, you go, yeah, I'm along for the ride, right?
Yeah.
Go ahead.
I also noticed as well, like the way he wrestles. When you talk about believability, he reminds me of like somebody who wrestles like his life depends on it.
Yes.
Like it's his livelihood.
We've made the comparison before.
I
He's
think
like
he
a
really
Darby
does.
Allin. Yeah, he really does. Yeah, and he comes across the causeway as well to train and everything. So the dedication is there, lah. On Lavin's end, on Lavin's end, I assume he's gonna try to ground him as much as possible.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, that's his style.
That's his thing. That's his background. Actually, Larvin's also someone I've never gotten in the ring with as well in matches. So I don't know what it's like to be on the receiving end of that type of style of groundwork.
Yeah.
I don't know what it's like to be tied down like that and like.
What do you think of his comeback so far? Because he took a long time away from wrestling, and he only kind of got back on the scene this year. How do you feel about his run so far?
He's taking it very seriously. And it's also like great to see him back consistently because he was around when I first joined GrappleMAX, and then he did disappear for a while. I think it was like because of his knee.
Yeah, it was. It
Yeah.
was.
But now that he's back, he's here all the time.
Nice.
And
he's training.
Yeah, and behind the scenes, he's also very like motivating with the community with like fitness challenges and like he really like pushes everyone to get active and he's all up in my face on days where I get lazy as well. And he was like, well, you should contribute to the challenge and do some squats. And I'm like, oh, okay.
He's that guy. Every gym has that guy. He's that guy.
I love it.
It's very motivating.
Yes.
Yeah,
I imagine. Okay, let's look at the international 6-man match. Okay, so the participants for Team GrappleMAX are actually to be announced. We don't know who's going to represent GrappleMAX, but it is sort of okay, talk to us about JT and the YOLO twins.
Yeah.
Do you know much about them?
Somewhat.
JT is
Head
from
coach.
he's the head coach of CWE. That's the Great Kali School of Wrestling.
Okay.
And I've seen some footage. He's a very buff guy, so muscular.
Right.
And his moves look brutal.
Yeah.
Okay.
And terrifying.
So like a powerhouse wrestler.
He is.
Absolutely a powerhouse.
But he's also like agile.
He's really fast for a big guy. Yeah. Really fast for a big guy.
Oh my! Wait! He looks like Shanky. A little bit. Do you guys remember Shanky from WWE?
Shanky who?
Okay, never mind.
Veer and Shanky.
More handsome.
No,
handsome.
not Veer and Shanky. Shanky is the tall, long hair guy who did the dancing gimmick for a while after.
Oh
Was
wait,
Veer?
hold up. Shanky.
Yeah, they
Yes.
they were in the ring.
Yeah, in the yeah.
No, I wouldn't say he
No,
looks like Shanky.
no.
Am I
Just
looking at the wrong pictures here?
He's more handsome.
JT's way more handsome.
Yeah.
Okay, there you go. Okay.
Okay, fair enough.
JT and the YOLO twins. Talk to us about YOLO twins.
I don't know much about the YOLO twins. I know of them, and I think we follow each other as well.
Okay.
I just know that they're from FPW, and they're two people that I've wanted to meet, but also just in general, I've wanted to meet some Filipino wrestlers. Just as a fellow Filipino, I'm excited to see them come.
Yeah,
Get to know them, get to meet them. Yeah.
Is Filipino FPW like the kind of spiritual promotion in Philippines right now? Because I know there used to be another one, but what's the situation in Filipino wrestling if as far as you know?
I think I know as much as you.
Yeah. Too much.
I think I know as much as you, but
We're just glad that they're coming here on the second night.
So it is going to be a 6-man tag, right? JT and the YOLO twins versus Team GrappleMAX. Do we have any idea who might be representing GrappleMAX, or is it a case of, okay, this is going to be a big surprise? And I don't know if we can even speculate in that, okay, who's not on the card? which GrappleMAX members are not on the card yet. Is it going to be them? Maybe we'll have to wait and see. Huh?
Maybe
Lips are
let's-
sealed.
You know, like I mean, I could see it as like whoever fell out of the tournament would probably would represent Team GrappleMAX, or it could be like who's not on the card.
Yeah.
Mm.
Yeah.
If
If
it's
Could be anyone.
if
Yeah.
it was up to you guys, and
Yeah.
feel free to put on your booking cap. You want to do like some fantasy matchups, right? Who
And-
do you think in GrappleMAX would match up well to these three opponents based on the style that you know that they wrestle?
oh my god, but this is like
Yeah. Who
and
is big
and
here?
did I mention like how big
Yeah.
JT is?
If it's super fantasy, get
Yeah,
Sean in.
super. Get
Yeah,
Sean in.
Sean Rick.
Sean Rick.
Sean Rick.
right.
Because
yeah.
he's the same size.
It's a fantasy.
Okay.
Fantasy booking Sean Rick.
Yeah.
Okay, well, I
Which
vote for
you get one-
Makoto.
Oh my god.
we haven't
hilarious.
seen him in the ring in a while.
Oh, but he's
Um,
still here. He's always here. Yeah.
Yeah. But I mean,
Okay,
okay,
okay.
if it's Team GrappleMAX, right? It doesn't, to me, it doesn't get more Team GrappleMAX than Inglorious, all three of them.
Yeah.
I like,
true.
you know? But obviously, if that happens, then I don't know if they're going to be pulling
If-
double, triple duty.
If it was me,
Yeah.
Mhm.
the guy to match up TJ, right? JT would be Big Dave.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
I wanted to
Yeah.
say Big Dave just because I want to see two big guys clash, but
Yeah.
like
Yeah.
he's also in the bracket, so
Mm.
Yeah.
can't assume.
One guy that is not on this match card for both nights, and I would actually love to see if he was chosen, Lady Killer.
Oh,
know.
LK.
Ah.
Crypto
Yeah,
Bro.
Crypto Bro LK. I think I would love to see his
Actually, no,
guile.
would be
Yeah, that would
interesting
be
to see.
nice.
Like I
Yeah.
could see him having like a really good matchup with the YOLO twins, but then like JT.
Just gonna destroy.
Did I mention JT is really big?
Yeah. Okay. And probably the last guy.
Showtime. I mean, Showtime. We haven't,
I would
Yeah,
love to
sure.
see Showtime in that match
Yeah.
for personal gratification.
Yeah.
Getting
Just to
him beat
get-
down
Yeah.
Pretty much.
by
Just to
JT.
get-
No,
Okay.
it should be him. It should be him in that match.
Yeah. Oh my god. Someone just came to mind.
Okay.
Our former cruiserweight champion who hasn't been around for a while. You know
Oh,
that guy?
Jordan.
Oh.
Yeah.
Wait, what happened to Jordan? Huh? Like,
Life happened.
Christian has always been around. So Christian, you're one of the good ones. But I'm talking about the other one, Jordan.
That one.
That one, yeah.
that
yeah,
guy.
yeah.
Yeah.
But we gotta admit he is a talented wrestler, and,
Yes.
and
Mhm.
I
He
think
He
talented.
is.
I think he probably will rep GrappleMAX well in this match.
I think so. Yeah. And I remember like there was sort of like a really good momentum for him. And then he sort of after what was it? After that match with Dick Togo?
Oh yes.
Dick Togo
Yeah.
changed his life.
Mm,
Togo changed his life, his way of life, his perception of life.
indeed.
And then one day he just didn't show up anymore, and we don't know what happened.
Ayo.
Just real life happened. Real life.
Yeah.
All right. Yeah.
He's,
Real life happened.
he's been shamed out of wrestling thanks to Dick Togo.
Dick Togo slapped the wrestling out of him. Okay. Now, hopefully we get to see him soon. But all right, this will be very interesting. We'll find out who's repping Team GrappleMAX
GrappleMAX.
this upcoming weekend on Sunday, 30th of June. All right, let's talk about a graduation match as well. Ming Rui versus Divya. Okay.
Yes.
Divya,
course, I
who
am
we've
looking
talked
forward
about.
to it.
Oh, you are? Okay.
Yeah.
We've talked about her before because she's from India, right? The
Yes.
Indian
Yes.
promotion. And
So
she's been
Divya is
training.
also from CWE, Great
Mhm.
Kali School of Wrestling, and she is not to be trifled with.
Mhm.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
We've seen her ref a match
Yeah.
in one of the previous events as well. So now she's making her full-on debut. How much have you guys worked with her? Have you guys worked with her, trained with her?
Yes,
Okay.
she is absolutely solid. She's amazing, and she is in no way new.
Okay.
Yeah,
right.
yeah.
She is no way new to the craft. And when I first heard that she was gonna join us, I watched a lot of her matches.
Mm.
This woman has had like how many matches now?
500.
500 matches.
Wow.
Holy crap.
She's
Wow.
five-time women's champion in
Yeah.
her country. And she's also absolutely one of the most kindest people that I've ever met.
Yeah.
And she's she's just really kind with her words. Like I don't think I've ever met anyone who genuinely complimented me the way that they did. I didn't know how to respond, and she said that she really liked my wrestling style, and I was just like, are you kidding me? You're saying this? Like you're like freaking good, and you think like I'm
She
good.
is.
Yeah.
Yeah. So basically, this is not even a grade one match. This is actually a showcase match to show off or
It's a-
debut.
Yeah.
You know,
Officially,
Divya.
we just have to say it's a
out of-
graduation. Yeah.
Like
Yeah.
out of respect, she wanted to, go about it the right way. Like everyone
Yeah.
comes in here and has to go through the GrappleMAX
Yes.
groundwork. And
Wow.
she did everything.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
That's really amazing. That's actually a credit to her as a character, her as a person, the way she
Yeah.
goes about things.
Mm-hmm.
Wow.
Like
Okay.
she really
So-
came in very respectful. Obviously, like there were definitely going to be certain things that are taught differently.
Mm.
I mean, she went through the process just to acclimatize to us, if you will.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And she's, I mean, obviously picked up really quickly, and
Yeah.
I'm excited to see.
We are
Like I mean,
excited
y'all
to
got
see,
like a
yeah.
preview at Fight Club that like she has really great character work,
Mhm.
and she's very much like a diva when it comes to the wrestling. So I'm looking forward to seeing this matchup.
Divya the diva, I like that.
Yeah.
So are we saying that Ming Ray better watch out on that Sunday?
I'm saying that in a matchup like this,
Mhm.
Mm-hmm.
I don't think you've seen Ming Ray really like get the claws out yet.
Oh.
Yeah.
This match will bring out the claws in Ming Ray,
Yeah,
right?
this is it. Like she's definitely looking for a fight now.
Yeah.
Awesome.
But it's
Awesome.
not gonna be a cat fight, y'all.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Still
I-
gonna
I'm
be fierce.
I'm curious to know, when she said when you said she's wrestled over 500 matches, can you tell me, like, if you guys know based on what Divya shared about like Great Khali's promotion and like where do they wrestle? Do they wrestle around the region in India?
Yeah, they
How do you
travel
get their
around the
reps in?
region in India.
Uh-huh.
And
They have big open shows.
big open shows. Like
Yeah.
it's
A lot of people.
out in the open, and then like I guess just because of like how large the country is, like really
Yeah.
a lot of people show up, and
Yeah.
and watching that, like I couldn't help but imagine like what would it actually be like to wrestle in that type of mass. I
Wow.
couldn't imagine because I like I never got to do like when GrappleMAX did like the Chingay thing, like
Yeah.
I debuted like after that, but I always wondered like what would it be like to actually debut in like that large of a crowd.
Mm.
And also
Yeah.
like at the same time she works heel, and it's like you have like thousands of people just
Yeah.
booing you and like calling you all sorts of names, and she works them so well.
Yes.
Wow. And there's footage of this online or like
You could check out on
Lots of
YouTube,
footage.
and then you'll like
Wow.
realize how much audience there are in those kind of
She's
matches.
wrestled she's wrestled all kinds of women, but she
Mm.
also like gets in the ring in singles against guys as well, and she can really hold her own.
Amazing. I am so pumped up now to
I'm
see
excited to see
Divya.
this one. Yeah.
We are so excited.
Gotcha. Love it. And one thing as well for fans who are actually interested to check out both nights. Is there like package tickets, or is it really like you're buying 2 tickets at once?
No, there is
There is a
package.
package deal.
There is.
Okay.
I have the information in front of me, so I'll just read it out real quickly. Day 1 admission $50, day 2 admission $50, 2-day bundle $80. That's a 20% saving.
Yes.
Yes.
Which was
Awesome.
I was going to say.
Oh, there you go.
Young did the job for you.
Yeah,
Thank you, Mr. Young.
So if you guys haven't gotten your tickets yet, you can still get them. I think. I don't know. By the time this airs, we're not sure. But dualdestinies.ptix.com. Go get your tickets.
It is selling fast, so I do hope that everybody like gets
Yeah,
their tickets
just-
real
just
quick.
get
It's
the
really
ticket.
moving. Yeah.
Yeah. It's going to be a fun weekend, just to wrap up sort of the June month. And a lot of people are coming back from holidays as well. They're back already. School starts and everything. So, I mean, it might be a fun family thing to do over the weekend as well,
It's a fun birthday activity, Mr. Young.
Yeah.
Oh, yes.
Yes.
It's going to be a lot of fun.
Mr. Can we expect maybe you bring your partner along? So is it more like a
We
reason
should.
for her to celebrate as well?
Wow. Well, okay, we'll have to wait and see. That one might be a bit too much.
Why? We're so family friendly. You
That
can
is
support
true.
everyone.
Yes.
Yeah, definitely.
But okay, so just to sort of wrap things up as far as the tag team championship tournament is concerned, so we're gonna have the quarterfinals and the semifinals. We're not sure when the finals are yet, but so maybe last thoughts about the tournament itself and what fans can expect from specifically Ships Ahoy.
You can expect a new outfit.
Ooh.
A new outfit.
Oh,
Yeah.
you're gonna listen this? Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Can
All
expect a new
right.
outfit, which I guess now we have to get started.
You committed to it already.
You put it on air, put it out in the universe already.
Yeah, a new
Cannot go
outfit.
back.
I think just even more tag team chemistry, I want to
Yes.
say. Like right now, Chips Ahoy has been these two people that come together, and I've got this one style, she's got this
Yes.
style, and then we just do it together or like take turns. But now you're gonna really see us like combine, be in sync. I think now you're gonna see us level up in this tag team dynamic. And what you can expect from the show is just a completely different vibe because it's all obviously tag team focused. You're gonna see all different kinds of dynamics with these different teams, and you're gonna see how that works or doesn't work. I think it's just a very different vibe from a regular show. And then there's just so much more
solo. This is teamwork.
There's something about this tournament that just really gives it like this prestigious feel. Feels more prestigious than like our usual flagship show. So that makes us excited about it. And now you will be too.
Yeah.
Well,
I'm
there you go.
excited. You've done your job. You promoted it to me.
Yes. Which means you're gonna be there, right? And then like also remember us.
Yeah.
Chips Ahoy.
Oh man, I will do another interview with you, and I will count out. I will definitely be excited to see you guys live. And
I love how we circle back all the way to where we started this beautiful relationship.
You'll never forget.
Yes. Hey, but if you guys ever feel like my apologies, my words are hollow and not enough,
Ooh.
we are welcome to take it to the next time. I'm just saying.
We've said this before, right? Like I don't know about in ring because I'm an old man at this point, but I know you guys have played the WWE 2K24 game. I suggest we settle any of our differences by going 2v2 in the video game. How about that?
Hey.
Yeah. I feel like we've trained enough for that. We're always training for the video game league night. So I think
You should come for
You should come for the next video game league night.
Okay.
All right.
Okay, we'll do that.
That's an open
Settle it
invitation
in the virtual ring.
Yes.
Yeah.
All right.
Yeah. All right. There you go.
Okay.
Actually, we should make that.
The gauntlet has been set, right?
Yeah, the gauntlet has been thrown down. We should make that a thing, and then we'll do a special episode where we kick to the gut, lay the virtual smackdown on Ships Ahoy.
the potential first ever GrappleMAX tag team champions. That will be
bring your own controllers too.
Yeah, that's fine. We have control.
Do you guys have your own creator wrestler?
Ooh, we will for this.
We will for this.
Yeah,
we will literally create Mr. Young and FRGN, and then we'll fight.
do you guys, just a side note, do you guys have your own created characters as well?
Yeah, so I make all of them for video game night, and I've made like the whole roster.
Wow. Okay, how in depth do you go into it? Because I know there's like this. There's a feature where you can scan your face in and then map the face. Do you do like that's 100% all the way?
I do the whole shtick, face photo capture, and then I take the time to like go through the details,
moveset.
Flaws. I upload images. Some images have to hand draw myself in order to get gear to look accurate.
Wow.
Bro, when you say extra, you're legit.
Yeah.
You're right.
Yeah.
So maybe we actually have to get Christian to help make us in the game.
Yes. Yeah.
Because the last time I tried this was I think 2019's version. It took me forever to do. So like much respect to that. To anyone who can make them
there
look
are
good.
some. I think they made some
improvements since then. Yeah.
I think it's a lot easier to maneuver now.
Because when I remember doing it, right, my face this is weird, but my face skin color always doesn't match the rest of the body because the
yes,
lighting.
yeah.
It was a huge process.
It's a bit of trial and error, but like
Yes.
you need to take the perfect photo and then everything's easy from there.
Yeah.
It can't be overexposed. If you have like even just a bit of a hot spot in that photo, like maybe
Yes.
somewhere tiny,
Yeah.
when you upload it to
Mhm.
your model,
Mm.
it just turns up white.
Right. Yeah,
Yeah.
and then you look
Wow.
like you have different.
Yeah.
like,
Yeah.
And I do this
patchy
whole
skin.
thing where like it's your face and then I cut the eyes out and then I
Yeah.
stretch the skin
Yeah,
into like a nice little square. It's
Yeah,
just
that's
really
it.
pretty.
Oh
Yeah.
wow! It's a whole thing. Yes, it's
a
an
whole
absolute
thing.
whole thing.
Mhm.
Okay,
Oh,
so when
okay.
I bring my character, it will be just default random face. I try to make some Asian looking guy. It'll be
But I
the
will say
generic.
that the game
Mm.
it's really hard to make specifically East Asian features in this game.
Mhm.
Even
Oh,
though the game has some East Asian presets,
yeah,
Mm.
they always just come out a little
Yeah.
funky.
right.
I don't know how to explain it to you. Like out of all the and there's like a lot of Chinese guys.
Yeah.
Like, I feel like Greg's the only one that came out really. Greg and Dave,
Ah.
but then YC came out really janky. And
It's just the rendering system.
yeah, I feel
Yeah.
like you have like very specifically East Asian features.
Mm.
Mm.
I'm gonna have like a rough time, and I really tried my best. And
I
that's
won-
that annoys me about it.
I wonder if that has anything to do with the fact that the bulk of the wrestlers that they might have made, features for are from either the US or in Japan. So
Predominantly, like
Yeah.
and but like every year, always like the worst hairstyles for men.
yeah.
Every single one of those hairstyles is like some kind of man with like receding baldness.
Yeah.
We've completely sidetracked into a different podcast right now. We're talking about the game. And I love it though. I'm here for it.
Okay, but I'm down. Let's make this happen.
Yeah.
See, now
but-
this gives you the impression that they actually clock in a lot of hours, and now this makes me a little nervous.
No.
No,
I've only
but-
played the 2K games since the very first one.
But to be fair, I think Mr. Young, both of us, we had a great match online for WrestleMania. Remember?
yeah,
Remember?
we did. But
Yeah.
I haven't played it as much lah. But it's one of those things, it's like second nature to me because I played wrestling video games my entire life. And I'm pretty sure I'm like at least 15 years older than most of you. So 10 to 15 years.
It's
So I have more
fine,
life
'cause
experience
we
playing
practice
games.
against like other wrestlers. We
Okay.
can practice against them.
That's so intimidating. So like before
Yeah.
the 2K, my very first 2K game was 2K22.
Oh
Oh,
wow!
And
Wow.
Before that, I don't know if you know, there was this game called Raw 2.
Yes,
Xbox.
Xbox.
That was the last game.
Yeah. Wow.
That was
Yeah.
20 years ago. Damn, son.
Yes. Not you pointing out my age. Oh.
No one
It's-
can feel ashamed about their age,
Yeah,
especially with Mr. Young here.
Exactly. I'm here. I was in the arcades playing WWF Royal Rumble. Okay. So
Wow.
nope.
Okay.
Yeah. Go Google that one.
Never mind,
The
I
one
feel a little bit
throwing
better now.
Yokozuna throwing a chicken, right? Was that the one?
That one was a different one. That one was a different one. Yeah.
Oh, that
that-
was so good though.
There were so many really good arcade. This is taking me back. Anyway, just to bring it all back here, put a bow on it. Christian, Sarah, what do you want to say to the folk that have been supporting you? Have been there for you guys since day one. Shout out to your fans.
I feel like our fans very specifically appreciate our outfits,
Yeah.
their makeup looks,
Yes.
my rhinestones. Thank you for supporting and
Thank you for
noticing
supporting us.
these little details that like actually take up a lot of time and effort to do, but also just
Thank you for talking to us too.
thank you for making it known that you liked this union, because
Yeah.
then it wouldn't have been a thing if not for that type of reception. So thank you for that, because I think you guys created Chips Ahoy.
Yes.
Yeah.
Awesome. I love the fact that one of your fans one time brought like a placard to the ringside with your face and Trish Stratton's body.
Yes.
I will never forget that. That shows the kind of
That's-
fandom you guys have.
There
Yes.
you go. There you go. Sarah, Christian, thank you so much for spending your Sunday morning with us. We really, really appreciate it. And all the best this weekend at Dual Destinies, yo.
Thank you.
Thank
And thank you
you.
for having us.